him to do. From my understanding, this debate is going to be about whether or not abortion does in fact protect women, not if it is permissible to be pro-life or pro-choice, or have any discussions on that. The question is, does abortion protect women? I noticed there's multiple begging the question, straw manning, and burden shifts on here, but here's just going to be an obfuscation. No, I also noticed that he was wanting multiple questions asked here, which is going to be complete burden shift. I can be completely agnostic to this entire idea, but my question is going to be, how does abortion protect women? I take it to be the case that he would have to have a drastic burden on him to substantiate how it is that we can have this to be protecting women. So I'm just going to simply negate that abortion does protect women. Woman is not an autonomous economic unit who happens to have a uterus she must be liberated from. Woman is the only human being capable of the radical act of making another human being within her own body. Her telos, her deepest finality, her metaphysical glory is motherhood, bodily and spiritual. Abortion does not protect that nature. Abortion violently interrupts and denies that nature. It turns the greatest act of feminine power into an act of self-destruction. To claim that abortion protects a woman is to claim that a bird is protected by having its wings cut off so it can finally be free from the burden of flight. There has never been a single serious philosopher, Aristotle, Aquinas, Plato, Confucius, Lao Tzu, even anyone who has ever argued that a woman becomes more herself, more actualized, more flourishing by unaliving her own child. The affirmative must now do what no mind in human history has ever done: prove that the mother is perfected by becoming the mother of an unalived child. I predict that my interlocutor will not engage in the metaphysics at all. He will talk about grape and schmest finances, as he already has, to trust women's feelings or rights. Every one of these is an immediate concession that they cannot defend the resolution on its own terms. Abortion does not protect women. It wounds them in a place where they are most radiantly human. So here's exactly what I would take for the affirmative to convince me today. Firstly, I would like him to define woman without reference to the material telos. I would like him to define protects without reference to the fulfillment of the nature or the perception of which. I would like him to produce at least one major thinker in any tradition who explicitly argues that woman is metaphysically perfected, not wounded by becoming the mother of an unalived child. I would like him to show how the deliberate destruction of the mother-child relationship actualizes rather than nurtures female humanity. If we understand that anytime he would reference, for instance, grape or inchmest, this is going to be less than 1% of abortion. So this concedes the general cause is indefensible. Anytime he wants to talk about any kind of forced pregnancy or child pregnancy, this concedes that abortion is merely the lesser of two evils, never the good, right? Feelings, if he wants to go and appeal to the feelings of the mother or the rights of the mother, this concedes that there is no objective standard of protection left. Watch him prove my predictions correct in this very first reply. Abortion does not protect women. It wounds them in a place where they are most radiantly human. So just a couple clarifying terms to what I take protect to be. So to protect something is to keep it safe from harm or injury. To perfect something is to bring a thing to the full actuality of its nature, to complete it according to its intrinsic telos. What do I define telos to be? Telos is the final cause towards which a natural substance is ordered by its very own essence. Intrinsic, belonging to a thing by its very essence, not added from or outside of it. And what do I take nature to be? Nature is the intrinsic principle of motion and rest in this, and so far as it is itself. Sorry. So I have a couple requirements of my interlocutor here, and I'll be more than willing to go over them with my interlocutor if he has any additional questions. But until he's able to answer these four questions, I will have to say that he has failed to convince me how abortion does in fact protect women. Not whether or not women can get abortions, not whether or not women might benefit from abortion, but how it actually protects women in the instance of abortions. So I will go ahead and concede the rest of my time, and I'm excited to see how my interlocutor is willing to defend this position.
All right, you have it here. You can see that this time we're going to do a 1 hour cross examination. Obviously, Dode's be defending his proposition. Going to keep it civil, of course. Going to set the time for 1 hour for each. All right.
Alrighty. Yeah, so I guess I'll just open this up then with my first question. And my first question being, how is it, Dodes, that abortion does protect women?
Yeah, so for starters, she gets to keep her bodily autonomy. So in a case,
So
wait,
so
let me
if we're
finish.
talking
Let me,
about bodily autonomy.
may I please finish?
Yeah.
May I please finish? Sorry. So she gets to keep her autonomy. That's first, her autonomy. Then the second part is in a case like Amber Truman, who died of. Can I like say certain words like that on TikTok?
Yeah, you say sepsis. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She died of that. And the reason why doctors are afraid to operate or do anything on her was because they weren't sure what would happen to them. Why would we gamble with her life or the lives of a doctor? Why do we have to possibly threaten a doctor with jail time for doing a medical procedure where they can possibly save somebody's life? That is protecting. We could have protected Amber, but we didn't. So that was another case where life could have been.
So yeah, this is just going to be begging the question already. Like for instance, a woman can autonomously choose to do shrugs or commit schmuicide, but we do not call these things protective. So how is it going to be the case that abortion does protect women?
So you're just going to avoid Amber and the fact that she didn't get protection.
I'm going to avoid the fact that just solely on autonomy being its baseline principle as what protects it. I'm just going to reject that autonomy protects having autonomy protects women. Like for instance, like I just previously stated, somebody could choose to do shrugs or commit suicide, but in no way does this protect the woman itself. So can you give me an actual argument to how it is the case that autonomy protects women if I've already established that it does not?
Okay, so I'm just gonna answer the question about doing shrugs, and then we're gonna go back to Amber, and then we're gonna. I guess you're struggling with the autonomy part. We're gonna go back to that. So somebody doing shrugs, that's called free will. Do you understand that we have free will? I have the freedom to do what I want with my body.
Okay, what is free will?
Oh, okay. So are we gonna sit here and debate on different words and not the actual debate?
Wait, wouldn't you say that semantics matter? So if you have a definition of free will that's different than mine, wouldn't you want us to be on the same page so we're not consistently talking past each other?
Perfect. No, pause. I actually like that you said that. That is my original point. You and I are going to have a difference of opinion. Therefore, we're not going to sit here and argue whether our opinions are different. They are. Our opinions are different.
Well, here's the thing. So here's the thing. I already accepted that under circumstances, I'm willing to change my mind on this position. I guess my question for you is, what is it going to take for you to change your mind, if at anything?
All right, perfect. Prove to me how Amber going into septics because she couldn't get the proper medical care that she deserved.
Well, that's not exactly what I'm asking. I'm asking, like, are you willing to have your mind changed?
Yeah. If you can prove to me how that was good for her, how that was protecting her.
Well, again, I don't necessarily have to prove anything to you. It's just going to be more so if I can point out a flaw in your argument. Are you willing to concede that maybe this isn't something that does protect women? In fact, like for instance, autonomy doesn't inherently protect women.
Why do you keep avoiding Amber? Like you keep bringing up autonomy.
Well, you're saying, okay, so does Amber have autonomy?
Yes.
Okay, and are you saying
that Amber also died from septics because she didn't get the proper medical care?
Well, I don't know about the situation with Amber. I'm just taking your word for it, right? This is gonna. I mean, this could be causation correlation, or it could be some kind of underlining principle. Hold on, it could be some kind of underlining principle, like maybe some like faulty in the medical staff itself, not just the policies placed at hand. So, like, unless you have like some kind of like study or something like that, to which we can look at, that does implicate that it was in fact the ability to not have an abortion that caused Amber to unalive, right? What sounds like it was going to be sepsis itself that caused Amber to unalive.
Okay, why was she septic?
It's your story. Why was Amber septic?
All right. I believe
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
was
I
having
agree.
a miscarriage. If I had, I could pull up the story really quickly. I had it
And
all.
how do you know this to be true?
Oh, look it up. Death. Can I say death here? Is that okay?
Yes, you can. Yeah, I'll make it exception.
Okay. So if you look up like the death of Amber Nicole Truman, 28 medical assistants died from septics. Now this was from her conception here.
Is my audio and everything good on the
So there was
on
a
the
voluntary delay in performing
YouTube side?
dilation and curettage, which was done because they weren't sure, based off the state laws, uh, that abortions cannot happen after 6 weeks. So it restricted the medical professions, the doctors, from being able to provide the proper medical care that she needed because of an abortion ban. Right? There was an abortion ban, therefore they weren't able to act the way a doctor should. Their hands were tied. So in that situation, you block and you pretty much make it harder for two people to be able to work and live.
Okay, so I mean, even then, like, even if I grant this, right? Because I don't know, like, what the actual story is of this Amber case. It sounds like malpractice to me. But even if I grant this, it still sounds like it's merely going to be the lesser of two evils. If your defense is that no one should force her not to have a pregnancy or not to
All right,
have an
good, good. Yeah.
abortion, then
I just
it's
want to make
only
sure
going to
maybe if
concede
I
and
get
say,
closer to my
okay,
mic or
well,
something like that, you might be able to
abortion
hear
might
better.
not protect
But
women, but it merely is the lesser of two evils. This still doesn't make your argument. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's how we base our laws, for the lesser of two evils. That's really what we do.
Okay, that's how we're okay. But see,
I don't
your
want to be
claim
too
here,
loud
Find
right?
the solution
So,
that hurts the least
so the
amount of people.
stance, okay, so Dodds, the stance that you have to hold and prove to me is that abortion protects women, right? And with my, do you want my definition of protect again?
No, because that
Okay, so then you'd have to establish how it is going to be the case that abortion does protect women, not be the lesser of two evils. Because if something's the lesser of two evils, there's still some harm being done. How is harm protecting a woman?
how is harm protecting a woman?
Yeah.
Harm is not protecting a woman.
Okay, so then can debate over then if it's going to be the case that
Where
harm women.
was the harm done to Amber?
Well, obviously she unalived for some reason.
Okay, and would you say the delay in medical care and attention could have been a factor in that?
I don't know. It could be multiple things, right?
All
It
right,
could
so
be
this
this is what I was saying with causation
rare.
correlation.
Wait, this case was so rare that the last time it was recorded in Georgia was 15 years prior, meaning 15 years before that, there was no cases like this. But now, after the abortion ban, we're suddenly getting cases like this, meaning this was counterproductive. An abortion ban was counterproductive. Her not having access
Right.
was counterproductive.
But see, this argument is also counterproductive because you're talking about something that happens less than 1% of the time. Even if I would grant you every single one, the resolution in general is you still have to defend the 99% of abortions for money, schools, relationships, etc. Right? That would protect these women as well.
Okay.
You're just making an exception to make the rule. You can't do that.
Okay, perfect. Because I wanted to keep going. So then the second part that is protects a woman. The third part. Remember, autonomy, possible death.
maybe that might
death.
probably
I
be a little
don't know if
better.
I can say that again, but possible death. And then finally, this part here. This woman gets to keep her life, her job if she wants to, her family intact the way she wants to. She gets to plan for her family. Okay, these are choices that she gets to make instead of becoming just a vessel. Her body just doesn't become a vessel to hold and house people, and that becomes her only duty. That becomes her only purpose. No, she gets to have more. She gets to experience as a human being.
So here's the thing: how does unaliving her own child perfect a woman in her womanhood?
Because this is where our
Cool,
opinions
thanks,
start
appreciate
becoming
it.
different. You consider a child, I consider a fetus. You
Okay, what is
consider
a
a child,
fetus?
I consider a fetus.
Yeah,
I am
what's a
okay with
fetus?
her unaliving a fetus. I'm okay with that.
What is a fetus?
I love the people who guess.
Yeah, the
No,
coke laugh
pause.
is fine,
No,
but can you answer the
you want to
question?
know why I'm laughing? You want to know why I'm laughing? I've made
The
this point,
coke.
and I'm gonna make it. Anytime you ask me this question, I'm gonna tell you again. You have a different opinion. A fetus is
A
is a
different
human.
opinion.
No shit. Why the fuck are we debating?
It's a clump of human cells. It is a clump of human cells to me. To me, it's a clump of human cells.
Clump of
Therefore,
human
I
cells.
don't give her
Cool.
the same valuable. I don't give her the same
Well,
value.
guess what, Dodds? I can say that you're a clump of human cells. Therefore, I don't give you the same value. Is
That's
this going to be
fine.
something that's factually correct?
No, that's an opinion. That's an opinion. But guess what? If you started making laws that were preventing me, now that would be a different problem. See what I mean?
So
Just like
opinions,
just like
yeah.
there's
So opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, right? But that doesn't mean that
exactly.
that doesn't mean that your opinion is correct, though. It just means
Exactly.
that
Right back,
it's
I
what
gotta use
comes
that.
out of an asshole. It's shit.
Exactly.
That's your
So
opinion.
therefore, my question is actually
Mhm.
higher than yours because yours is just going to be an opinion. Mine is who are we
That's just
protecting?
begging the question. Wait, how is your
No.
opinion
That's
gonna be higher?
my question is higher than yours because mine is asking who are we trying to protect? I said I'm trying to protect a woman. I'm trying to protect her autonomy.
Mhm.
I'm trying to protect her life, and I'm trying to protect the fact that she gets to choose
How?
if she wants to live it.
How is it protecting them?
Okay, because if she's not ready to have the child, if she doesn't want to have the child, if she doesn't feel financially capable to have the child, if she has any ulterior reasons, even if it's grape and inch mess, whatever the fuck people say on
The
TikTok,
less than
right?
1% that still doesn't justify the 99% of
So
abortions that happen. Sure.
listen.
How does this
You're
protect?
you're willing to punish 99% of women, 99% of women, and then also possibly these 1%.
You would have to make an argument how it's going to be. You would have to make an argument to how it'd be punishing women to do this action, and even then, you can't even substantiate how it's going to be the case that it protects women. You still haven't answered that simple question. This is
I have. You're refusing it.
You're just begging. You're continuously begging the question.
You're refusing because it doesn't suit your narrative, and that's fine. You can do that.
Narrative? I don't have a narrative here.
Yes,
right? I'm asking you, what is going to be the argument to where abortion protects women? You've said numerous things like autonomy, and I already told you.
I said three things so far.
Because somebody has the ability to choose doesn't mean it protects them, right? So just because a woman has the ability to choose abortions, how does this protect the woman?
I've said three things. What were those three things? I gave you three reasons. What were them?
You said, let's see, the autonomy, the potential unalivement, and then also the outcome. Right.
Yeah, that is exactly how. That is literally how being able to
begging the question. How is the outcome? How is the outcome? How is the outcome going to protect the woman?
Because she gets to not have a child if she's not ready to have a child, or she's not financially capable of having a child.
That's still begging the question. Why would this matter? Why does this protect the woman?
Why is that begging the question?
Just because, number one is going to be circular, right? So if I asked you, how is it going to be the case that a woman who chooses to have an abortion is going to be protecting that woman, right? And you're saying, well, it's going to be at the outcome. What about the outcome?
No. You know what? No. Pause. Let's actually go slow. Let's go slow. That bodily autonomy. That's the first one. Why would you think her having bodily autonomy is a way to protect her? Why would that be a good way to protect her?
Dude, I can be completely. I can be completely agnostic. This is going to be a burden shift, right? I'm asking you how it's going to be the case. Well, give me an answer. Give me a straightforward.
Struggling with it.
Yeah, give me. I'm not struggling with anything, buddy.
So tell me. In your best idea,
I'm gonna let you spurg for 3 minutes, and then we can get back to the discussion. Go ahead.
Perfect. All right. So if you can cognitively tell me how, in your mind, your best view, how would giving a woman bodily autonomy, you mean the right to decide for her own body, how would that be protecting her? Can you guess?
I'm back. I hope
if you don't know how, just guess. Take a wild guess.
Yeah, so the funny thing is I don't have to answer any of these questions because I'm not making an argument that anything protects women. You're the one who has to substantiate how it is the case that abortion protects women, and you still can't answer this first question that I gave you.
Oh, no, I did. You struggle with it, so I was trying to see if you understand.
Yeah, so,
I did.
okay, again.
I'm trying to ask you if you understand, and you're refusing. It's fine. I get it. You're scared. I get it. I would be too.
So answer the question. How does the outcome protect women?
No. We're gonna start slow. If I move too fast, you're gonna get lost.
Wait,
Let's start slow.
are you gonna dodge?
The one I gave you was bodily autonomy. We're gonna get to outcome. We're going to get the outcome.
Okay, so you want to start with bodily autonomy? That's fine. So how does bodily autonomy?
I've
How does
explained
bodily autonomy protect women?
No, I've explained it, but I wanted to see if you understand. I want to see if you understand. So, in your best guess,
Yeah, this
just
is gonna
your
all be
best guess.
rhetoric.
And if you can't do it, just say I can't do it. I will understand, and we'll try to move on. But in your best guess, how would you think bodily autonomy allows a woman to have protection? How? Your best guess.
Well, I would say that if she chose to have shrugs, this wouldn't be protection.
Oh, okay. So your answer to how bodily autonomy protects a woman is if she chose to have shrugs, you don't see how that protects her. Wow.
Yeah. So I don't. What I'm saying is, it's not going to be the case that bodily autonomy protects women.
Your best guess. So I will put it this way.
Again,
in my best guess.
Again, Dods, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think, right? I'm still trying to get the argument. I'm still trying to get the argument from you, right?
I gave it to you.
Argument from you to how it's going to be the case that bodily autonomy does protect women. You said bodily autonomy protects women. I said I don't think so. Like, for instance, if they chose to do schmeroin or commit schmuicide, does this protect women? Yes or no?
Yeah. Actually, it does, because put it this way. Would you physically restrain somebody?
It doesn't matter what the fuck I was.
I'm asking you a question. Why are you struggling with questions? Why do you struggle with questions, bro?
Why? Where does my position matter on your argument? This is your argument, right?
Oh, because you're giving your opinion out. You're telling people they can't have abortion. So your opinion kind of matters.
No, I haven't said anything. You've taken the affirmative. You've taken the affirmative that abortions does protect women. Right?
Yes.
You're saying that bodily. You're saying that bodily autonomy protects women. I asked how, right? And give you an example, for instance, doing schmeroin or committing schmuicide, and I asked you if this protects women. You said yes. So how does taking shrugs and committing schmuicide protect women?
Good. I'm gonna ask you this question so you can understand it. Trust me, I'm helping you. If you answer honestly, I promise you, you'll get there. All right, you'll get there. Don't worry. So, can you physically restrain somebody and stop them from doing things?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Can you physically restrain somebody and stop them from doing something?
Yeah, sure you can.
You can. Okay, perfect. Are you going to do that to them consistently for the rest of their life? Like, if somebody wanted to do shrugs, how long can you keep them physically contained
what's the relevancy of that question? Because, like, I can say, like, for instance, I can say that if somebody is doing something harmful to them, and in order to protect them,
or do you like to restrain them,
this would be something that logically follows.
Hey, pause. I'm helping you. Don't worry. Go slow. If you go too fast, you get lost. I promise. You keep going fast, you're gonna get lost. So you can physically restrain them, right? Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, perfect. How long can you do that for?
I mean, some instances you can do it for life.
Professional.
Okay. Does that person have any freedom?
No, I don't think it'd be the case that freedom exists.
For that person.
I can be completely agnostic about it.
I was going to pee earlier.
Does that person have freedom that you're physically restraining?
What's your definition of freedom?
What's your definition of freedom?
It doesn't matter what my definition. This is going to be another dodge and burden shift. Come on, dude. Just answer the clarifying question. If you're going to be using the terminology of freedom, what is going to be the definition in which you're using it to be?
And I don't want to have a thesaurus every time I speak to you that I have to define every word.
Oh my gosh! Just give me your basic definition of freedom.
So it'll be easier if you can just use your definitions. It'll be easier for me.
Okay, so my definition would be something that is going to be constructs to one's individual preference or mind of what they determine to be able to move freely. But I would say I'll just take you to the case that freedom.
Don't go too fast. Remember, every time you go fast, you get lost. So, my guy, Genesis, every time you go fast, you get lost.
All right. The host is talking now. This is getting. I want to moderate here. Keep it one at a time. Like those who go first, and then Genesis can respond. This is
all right. Cool. So I'm glad you said that. Freedom will be whatever the fuck you just said, dude. All right. With that being said, does that person who is physically restrained have access to the freedom that you defined?
It doesn't matter what my thing do. This is going to be another burden shift. Again,
it's okay.
My preference on this does not bring anything to substance to how it's going to be the case that abortion protects women.
You guys like it? Can you guys see the chat?
Hold on. Let me answer. Let me ask you this question. What is going to be the relevancy of my opinion on your answer?
Okay, so this is not a relevancy of your opinion. This is for me to help you guide so you can understand what my opinion is. because I'm pretty sure it's very similar.
I
You're
just
refusing it
want an argument. I can't understand your opinion if you don't give me an
You want
argument.
to argue? That's dumb. What would you want to argue instead of a conversation?
I
Okay,
can't
now
see
this
it,
is
so
going
I'm
to be
gonna
completely bad
make it
faith.
full
You understand
screen.
what I'm meaning by arguments, right? So I'm
Okay,
wanting
perfect.
what is going to be your premises that bring you to a conclusion to why abortions is going to be, why abortion protects women.
Yo, listen. If we go too fast, you get lost. I tried that. I tried going at a
You've
pace that I
checked
don't
numerous
handle.
times, and I've been
got
tracking this
lost.
whole time.
You got lost. You
What do you mean
asked
by
me what freedom
being
meant. You know
lost?
what I mean? You got lost. So I'm
Wait,
going
I asked you
slow.
what a fetus meant because you used the
Freedom.
definition. You
Freedom.
used the word fetus. Fetus.
I
So
said freedom. I said freedom. You asked me what
freedom.
freedom meant.
Yeah. What do you
So
take
that's what I'm saying.
freedom
If
to
I go fast, you get lost.
be? Right. What
I'm
do you take
slowing
freedom to
it
be?
down
Oh my
so that
gosh.
you don't get lost.
Right.
I am
So what do you
slowing
take
it
freedom
down
to
for
be?
you.
I don't want to speak
Why?
past each other.
That's
What
why
if
we're
you
gonna
freedom?
go. Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if you said entity has the freedom, right? I'm asked. I don't want to speak past each other. So why does freedom? What is the definition of freedom from your argument?
I want your definition. I liked your definition a lot better. That was really good. I like your definition. Say that one again.
So I guess we can go to an agreed definition that's going to be dependent to one's mind whether or not they can move freely. We can just use that.
Okay, perfect. Whether or not they can move freely. Perfect.
Move and act. Hold on.
Pause.
Just hold on.
Pause.
Move and
My
act
guy,
freely.
if you go too fast, you get lost.
Hold on. Let me clarify.
We haven't even left
Let
the
me-
first point yet.
Yeah,
You know what I
let
mean?
me- let
We
me
haven't even
clarify.
left the
Hold
first
on,
point
dude.
yet.
Yeah, let me clarify. We'll
Mhm.
say move and act. Move, act, and speak freely. There you go. Or not freely, just
Okay,
move.
perfect. Move, act freely. Perfect. So now we were using an analogy.
Whatever.
Okay, that's fine. It's all. I get it. I'm here with you. I'm here. All right? I'm a dad, so I know how to talk to kids. This is easy. All right. Now listen. Now we're gonna use that analogy again. Remember that person that we were physically restraining from being able to use shrugs, right? Do you remember that person?
He
Yeah, that
said I'm
person
a
has our
dad.
freedom.
Okay, perfect. Oh, perfect. Now, do you think that a woman having her freedom, as you described, right, meaning her bodily autonomy, because that's where we're going, would be beneficial to her?
What's the relevancy of my opinion?
Because that is a way to protect her. I don't want things to not be beneficial for her in life.
Right, how is
I want her to have a fulfilling life that she doesn't feel physically restrained, like somebody who's being held without their.
Okay.
Hey,
how is giving somebody more freedom a way to protect them?
that is literally the way you protect somebody, is by giving them the freedom to be able to choose. That is
Okay.
literally.
So okay, hold on.
If you don't have freedom, then you don't have a say.
Hold on.
You don't have a say. Why even speak?
Just to get some clarification. Okay, so
Mhm.
you said a way to protect somebody is to give them more freedom. Okay.
Mhm.
Would you say, like, for instance, if your buddy
the other
was
guy is.
struggling with like a meth addiction,
That's
right?
my dad.
Then your way of protecting a friend would be giving him more freedom, maybe even giving him more shrugs to take, and hoping he doesn't OD. Because apparently, more shrugs is going to be more freedom is going to be the better way to go about this. This is how you protect your friend.
Actually, so how I would protect them is by more choices. More freedom equals more choices. And I'm like, hey, my friend, there's therapy, there's rehab, okay? There's ways
my friend, why not?
There's ways to battle this. But you know what I won't do to my friend? I won't physically lock him up in my basement.
Freedom, absolutely.
I won't physically lock my friend up in my basement. That's what I won't do for the rest of his life. I won't physically restrain him and lock him in my basement. I'm going to allow
what
him
you would do is
things that would help him.
Quit
right?
spurging.
Restraining him was not going to help.
Wait, what do we do? What do we do with rehab?
Oh, you think they just restrain them forever, or do you think there's a process where it ends?
I think they restrict them to some level.
Yeah, until there's a process that it ends, right? There's a process. They're going through a process, right?
Until they're able to restrict themselves, to show some kind of self-control, right?
Yes.
Self-control even is restriction. Self-control is a good thing. Self-control protects.
Yeah, but notice how that was self and not forced. Notice that self and not forced, meaning that person had the autonomy to choose to restrict themselves. You know what I mean? That freedom.
Right. But if women, so if women are committing,
women have
millions,
that.
Okay.
Wow, man.
So if women are committing millions of abortions every year, is this going to be like demonstrating self-control in women?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
Yeah, so if there is millions of abortions being acted a year, does this demonstrate that women are practicing self-control?
Actually, yeah, they're choosing to control where their lives go. They're choosing to control what they want for their outcomes.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, you're conflating control and self-control now. Okay, so Dots, your prescription to this, let me get this right. Your prescription to your friend, for instance, being addicted to drugs is giving him more freedom. So it's like, why would you take meth when you could just take Smeralin, right? I don't think that this logically
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense.
So I don't understand why you see freedom as more dangerous things, but instead the freedom of choice would have been rehab, counseling, help, meditation. Let me introduce some coffee,
more
some
control,
you know what I
right?
mean? Have you tried sports?
So more control.
Have you tried running, exercise? Oh my God, there's so many options besides more
and there's
drugs.
still restricted. There's still rules in sports and exercise. There's still the limits to your own body. There's still rules you have to follow within sports. There's restrictions for the reasons for protection. But you're arguing in the opposite direction. You're saying, hold on. You're saying that the more freedom is what protects people, when in fact, in reality, we're seeing the opposite. The more restrictions protect people in this instance.
Yeah, you can slap right now.
Yeah, the coke laugh. Yeah, the coke laugh.
That coke laugh is
Sorry.
wild.
So you just said more restrictions to people is what we should have.
What I'm saying is that when your argument is entailing that the more freedoms is the more protection, when I'm demonstrating that it's in fact the more that we have restrictions, the more people are protected. Like, for instance, there's laws against murder. For instance, there's laws against driving excessively. If this was the case, that by giving people more freely, then people should be able to go whatever speed limit they want to go down the fucking highway.
Right, but I don't understand why your view of freedom is more dangerous things. Like, why is your view of my view of freedom is being able to walk to the park and coming back home perfectly fine. That's my view of freedom. Being able to go and get the drink that I want.
What's the relevancy? It's still going to be the entitlement.
Because my version of freedom again is not dangerous, harmful things. That's not my idea of freedom. And that's not the idea for most people, what freedom looks like. But for you, freedom looks like you can go murder anybody you want. That's something that you have to work on. That's something that you have to deal with in therapy. That's not on me. That's not on me, and that's not on
Oh
people.
my
That's not on
gosh,
women
you got
either.
nothing but
That's just on you. You have to work on that.
Okay, so answer this question. What's an anarchy?
Nah, look it up in the dictionary. I'm not doing this for you. Go ahead. I'm a dad. This is what I do to my kid.
gosh.
Whenever
So
she asks
you're
me
going to
questions, I'm
continuously
like, look
dodge
it
the
up.
questions I ask you.
No.
Look,
Look, if you're gonna ask me what words mean, please look it up. If you're gonna ask me to define a word, I want you to look it up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to interject here. Mind you, that Dodes is defending the proposition. So if Genesis is asking me a question, the burden of proof would be onto him to defend or define a word, especially if he makes a claim. So I'm gonna say,
I want to add this. If Genesis is gonna say words that he doesn't know what they mean, he shouldn't say it at all.
Wait, let's.
Wow.
You understand that words are going to be like subjective to each like conversation. So if you're using a word in an argument,
what
like,
does anarchy mean to you?
If for instance, if you're saying
What
that somebody
does
has
anarchy mean to you?
Hold on. If you're saying that somebody has a freedom to do X thing, and I ask you what you take freedom to be, if you don't answer that question, it's just going to be a dodge. Fine, we could use my definition.
I said freedom. I never said freedom to do X thing. I said freedom. Now, what you do with that freedom is totally up to you. For you, it's murder, mayhem, and destruction. For me, it's happiness, fulfillment, help, being helpful.
That's just going to be straw man.
No.
And I can demonstrate how this is straw man. I'm saying that it could be the case that if
when you put the X, you define what that freedom looked like. Freedom was freedom on its own. But once you gave it an X, you define what that freedom meant to you. And my freedom looked like Y, which was peacefulness.
Wait, so are you saying why it's important to define definitions now?
No. We can use words that we both understand.
Oh my
we both understand what freedom means.
This is terrible.
So you just want to keep talking
freedom
about
to do X is different than what freedom means, right?
Okay. Anyways, can we get back to the original question? How is it going to be the case that abortion?
Perfect. So we've established that bodily autonomy is preferred, and it's a preference that we should all be able to have. You would like that. The person being restrained under your basement would also like that. We've established that. Now we're going to move on to that second part.
Hold on. So are you saying that we've established that people prefer to have bodily autonomy?
Yes.
Okay, I can agree with this. How does this prove that abortion protects women? Just because someone's preference?
It allows her to have that. It allows her to have that preference.
Okay,
that freedom.
So it allows them to have this
women
preference.
because it allows them to
having
have
a preference protects people.
It's insane.
No. It's a protection people have.
It's only a lot.
Okay, what do you take protection to be?
Wow.
Look it up.
Look it up.
We can use my.
Every time you do that, every time you're gonna get struggle on the word, look it up. I promise you.
Be a dodge.
Get a dictionary.
Okay.
I don't have
fine.
a dictionary
That's
right
fine.
next to me. I don't have a
Yeah, that's
dictionary.
fine.
Right
This is
next
just
to me.
going to be a dodge, so we can use my definition of
Yes, go ahead.
protection. That's completely fine.
Yes, go ahead.
Are you fine with using that definition?
I'm fine with using whatever definition you have. I promise you.
Okay,
your
yeah,
definition
so-
is not gonna hurt you.
My definition of protect is to keep safe from harm or injury, right? So
Okay.
again, how does
Mhm.
freedom
Mhm.
keep somebody safe from harm or injury?
Freedom allows you to not be in a place that causes you harm or injury.
Okay,
Freedom allows
so-
you to specifically speak out when harm or injury has been done to you.
This
Okay,
is
so
such
Freedom
an
God-
allows you to
arbitrary
take action
definition.
when harm and injury is being done towards you.
Okay, so Dodge, let's just take it to the
Mhm.
case that I'm feeling super, super sad tonight and I want to go in my life to have the freedom to do so then?
You actually do. You do.
Right. And how does this prevent harm or injury?
Oh, because nobody was restraining you from doing it. But you also had the freedom to go talk to somebody. You
Doesn't
also
answer the
had,
question.
but listen, you also had, but listen, you had both freedoms. You saw that?
Oh,
You
this
didn't just
guy
have one
cooked.
freedom. You had both
You were
freedoms. You
cooked,
see that?
bro.
No. That's how dumb you are.
Debate
You
over.
only see
This is
freedom as one
bad,
thing,
dude.
which is you see
This is
freedom as
bad.
destruction
Oh
and
my
mayhem.
gosh.
You understand that? But meanwhile, my freedom, you also had the option not to do that. You had the option to go talk to somebody. You had the option
Sure,
to find the sources of
you
help.
had. I'm not
This is
denying
wild.
that you had the option to do these things. It's
Yeah.
still going to be the case
Yeah.
that freedom, and you
Uh-huh.
even
Mhm.
admitted, still causes some harm. So how does freedom protect somebody?
Good. Now, I'm glad you
Wow.
said that. Now that brings me back to my first one. We are always choosing the lesser of two evil. Now, I would rather you not
Why?
go and
Why?
unalive yourself. Because I would rather you not go unalive yourself. But I cannot physically restrain you and keep you away from doing what you want. Now, with that being said, you have the choice. You have that choice. I'd rather you choose happiness. I'd rather you choose peace. But you
Okay.
can go and do that.
Wait.
Nobody can restrain you. You don't want to
Wait,
be locked in
why?
that
Why
basement.
would you rather choose peace?
It is the more preferred option.
Okay, so like for instance, like
More
if you're
preferred
just
option.
walking down the street and you see another person aggressing on another person's bodily autonomy, like let's say
Mhm.
he's trying to grape that person, right? And the only thing that you can do is either call the cops so they can use force against that person, putting force against the other person, or you
Mhm.
yourself can use your force to stop this action from happening. What are you
Mhm.
going to do?
What?
What are you going to do in this instance? Are you going to try and restrict this person's freedom so they are no longer restricting another person's freedom?
Mhm. Hey, remember that thing about causing harm to other people? Protection?
Right.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen.
So
Yeah.
you just so you wouldn't do anything?
No, so you'd stop that person from causing harm to
Right.
other people.
Right. So you would inflict harm onto another person and restrict their freedom so they can
Yeah,
no
you
longer
can restrain
cause
them.
harm and
You
restrict
don't have
freedom
to
of
hit them.
another
You can
person, right?
restrain them. You can
Wait,
restrain them. You don't
answer
have
the
to hit
question.
them.
Just
You
answer
don't
the
have to hit
question.
them. You can restrain them.
Yeah, do you think they want to be restrained?
That's wild.
That's not this choice anymore. They
Would
gave
this
up
be a
on that choice.
conflict against
They
their
gave
interests?
up that choice when they started hurting somebody else.
No,
They
this
gave up that
is going to be
choice
another
when they started.
contradiction, dude. Come on now.
They gave up that choice when they started hurting somebody else. You give up certain freedoms when you do certain things.
Oh,
Like if
okay,
I would
so
commit a
that's
crime,
going to be a
I'm giving up
contradiction.
certain freedoms.
That's going to
You
be a
give up-
contradiction then. Yeah.
No, because I'm still on track. Remember, we choose the lesser of two evils. Now you have the freedom, but the lesser of
all
that two
based on
evils is you don't
preferences.
causing to harm anybody else. That is the lesser. The moment you step over that other side, you're giving up your freedom. You're giving it up.
Do you think that person wants to give up their freedom?
Nobody wants to give up their freedom, but if you take certain
they give it
actions,
up?
you're giving up your freedom.
Wait, so that's a contradiction.
Wow.
Oh, you don't know how to deal with complex thoughts. It's okay. I get it. It's not on me.
yeah. And
It's not on me.
Bro, at this point, I think I've lost so much brain cells. I don't even know if I can form a
Yeah,
thought.
because
Come
you
on.
went too fast.
Holy
You went too
shit,
fast.
dude.
No. Hey, it's because you went too fast. And I told you this would happen to you. Now, if you let me guide you like a good dad, I promise you'll get
Dude, this is just going to be a Bofa fallacy, dude. Come on now.
Oh, it's all right. You can name all the fucking terminologies you want.
Wait, do you even know what a Bofa fallacy is?
I don't give a flying
It's
fuck.
going to be
right
both
now.
these nuts in your face because you suck at debating, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's exactly where this is going to
Oh,
go.
here goes the rhetoric.
You're gonna be mature now. You want to be an adult?
I mean, it's completely fine. Can you answer a question so we can get on with this debate? How is it going to be the case that abortion protects women, dude? We haven't gone past the first question. We still have 3 more. There's 26 minutes left. Come on.
All right, then work with me, and we'll get there faster. We can get there in 5. We can get there in 5 if you go work with me.
Dude, I've been trying to work with you this whole time. How is it going to be the case that abortion
You're a difficult
protects women?
student to teach. You're a difficult student to teach. All right, you're the kind of teacher.
Teaching, bro.
I've been trying to, but I give you one statement and you start going, well, teacher, actually, this is my thoughts. Let me explain to you so you can understand. Like, well, actually, this is what I think. Let me explain to you so you can get there again. Don't worry, I'm helping you. All right? So we've established already.
Please help me, buddy.
Bodily autonomy is preferred. Bodily autonomy is preferred for that woman. We're not going to restrain her and put her in the basement or lock her away so that she doesn't get to choose.
Wait, so if she decides that she's going to go to a nursery and just unalive all the babies, should we still respect her bodily autonomy and let her run free?
Okay, so this is where understanding complex thoughts come in. Your freedom stops when you start harming and hurting other people.
Does that woman want to give up her right or her freedom?
It doesn't matter. Once she takes that action of going into the nursery,
a dodge. Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Does that woman want to give up her freedom?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't want to give up her freedom.
Okay,
now,
so
she have the freedom to do.
Do you not see the contradiction in this?
Oh, again, complex thoughts. Complex thoughts are not just one thing you can dissect and make it black and white. You actually see the nuance in them. So if you work on seeing the nuance in it, you'd understand this. That woman gave up her freedom, who's going into the nursery and schmurting. She gave up her freedom. But before she walked into that nursery, her freedom was intact. Until she did that, her freedom was intact.
I'm not denying that she thinks that she has freedom before she walks into this.
I'm protecting that freedom that she had. I am not giving her the freedom to do anything. Do you understand? There's a freedom that she has, and there's a freedom that you can do.
Yeah. I think at this point, I can just allow you to keep talking, and you're just going to make the argument for me. So go ahead.
Yeah. What is that argument?
Wow. This is
okay, I get it. Yeah, no worries. I'd run too.
There's no running at this point. It's just going to be the case that you still haven't answered my question of how it's going to be the case that abortion protects women. You're saying
I gave you three answers.
You said that women have bodily autonomy. Bodily autonomy is the freedom for a woman to express themselves or do whatever they want with their body. This freedom is protection. I asked how it's going to be the case that freedom is protection. I give you numerous instances where freedom
isn't protection. Freedom is not protection. This freedom that she has of bodily autonomy is a form of protection. There are many forms of protection. This is one of them.
Okay, so if she chose to walk into a tattoo parlor and get child pornography tattooed over herself, she should have the freedom to do so?
Do what?
So if she decided to walk into a tattoo parlor and get child pornography tattooed all over herself, she should have the freedom to do so?
Yeah, but she'll still be weird about it. But yes, yeah, it'll just be a weird thing that she does. Like people
why is it weird? If she has the freedom, then there shouldn't be any kind of restrictions on her choice to do so, dude.
Freedoms are weird. Freedoms are really weird. I've seen people dress really weird, but they have the freedom to do that. Freedom is weird. Yeah.
What is freedom?
Look it up.
Can you touch it? Can you spell it, dude?
Look it up. No, look it up.
All I'm getting here is a bunch of contradictions.
I don't want to sit with a dictionary next to me every time I speak to you. It's
I understand. It's going to be another dodge. No, I completely get it. Dude, I completely get it. It's dodge to dodge. No, I completely get it. It's dodge to dodge. You like to dodge questions. It's fine. Right? You still haven't answered the first question, so let's just go ahead and go to my second question. Okay, my second question.
You haven't answered my first question. Who are we trying to protect? I protect the women. Who are you trying to protect?
It doesn't.
You haven't answered my question. No, you haven't answered my question.
That you're taking the affirmative. I'm on the negation. I don't have to answer these questions.
Oh, you know what? Oh, sorry. So you don't want to protect women. My bad. That's a problem already.
No, you're just gonna be assuming something. So go ahead and define to me what a woman is.
I don't want to assume. I'm asking you. I don't want to assume. I'm asking you.
So you understand that you still have to define woman. You have to define protect.
No, you can look those words up. They're in the dictionary. The Webster, you have the thesaurus, Google.
That's not helping.
You can use Bing. Ask Jeeves if you really want
that's
to.
not helping your arguments. You made multiple appeals to
No,
grave and
I'm
incest.
not. My argument is this: we're not going to sit here and define words. If you need the definition, get a thesaurus and start looking them up. Please stop asking for definition.
I know the
Stop.
cope is bad. I know the cope is bad. You don't want to define something that you don't know. It's fine, dude. You're arguing from a stance that you don't even understand coherently. I don't even think that you truly believe this to be true.
Mm-hmm. And yet you still can't like defend your point or even answer my question.
Okay, how about this? How about you tell me why it's going to be the case that women should have the right to do whatever they want with their own bodies? How about we start with that?
All right. Do you believe that women are humans?
Doesn't matter what I believe, dude. Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
The reason
guys
why I
doesn't know
want to
how to
answer
do
this
an
because I
internal
need to be
critique at all.
sure you think the same way as other people.
Or
So
answer
far,
it.
you've shown me that you don't. And
Okay,
it's kind of concerning.
so I'll entertain this burden shift. Yes, it's going to be the case that women, just like fetuses, are women, are human.
Are human. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Now, would you say we give humans certain unalienable rights?
Yeah. So again, what about my opinions affect your argument?
Oh, because
No.
in your opinion, you don't protect the women, you don't value their lives, you don't value their existence, and you don't value their autonomy.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that free will does not equate to be freedom, right? Or protection. Okay, you still need to give me an argument to how a free will does protect women, which you still haven't really given me an argument about that. You dodged the question. I asked multiple.
I haven't dodged a question. I've been helping you understand it. You're struggling.
I asked
Would you say
multiple
this?
clarifying questions.
Would you say this? Do people want to be restrained?
Another burden shift.
No, it's understanding concepts. You struggle with understanding concepts. So you need to understand concepts
from your
first.
worldview. From your worldview,
Mhm.
do you think people want to be restrained?
No, I know they don't want to be restrained.
Okay, right. And do you think in some instances it is permissible to restrain somebody?
Yes, once they've given up their freedom.
Yeah,
Once they've given up their freedom.
okay, even if they haven't given up their freedom, like for instance, if somebody wants to unalive themselves and they're wanting to stay on a train track and an officer removes them from that train track, they're inflicting some kind of restriction, some kind of even physical pain,
when they laid
and
on the
some
train
kind of
track.
pain onto the person, right?
That person gave up their freedom when they laid on the train track.
Well, okay, what freedom?
The freedom to not cause harm to other people. You are other people. Causing harm to yourself is also causing harm to other people. Yes.
Oh my God. Now he's just
Remember what I said?
stuff.
You give up your freedom when you take certain actions.
Where does freedom come from? Who gives you this freedom?
Nobody. You have it.
Just something that you have.
Yes.
How do you obtain? How did you obtain this freedom?
When you were born and you started breathing and walking on this planet, you obtained freedom. Now,
Okay.
it's something. It's something you have to fight to keep. I would.
So what about
you
this
have to fight to
magic?
keep
Yeah,
it.
what about this magical moment gave you this freedom?
The moment you get to choose whatever the hell you wanted to do, that's what gave you this freedom.
Wait,
You become alive,
I
you're
wasn't
conscious,
able to
you had
choose whatever
wants, you
that.
had needs, you had desires, you had that freedom. You
Yeah,
were
so
born.
I wasn't able to choose whatever the hell I wanted to do until I moved out of my parents' house. So did I not have freedom?
Actually, you
until I
could have.
moved out
You
of my
just
parents' house?
hey, remember that self-control we were talking about it
Mhm.
earlier? It's self-restriction. So you did that because you were trying to live under an establishment that was trying to protect you in their eyes. It's like your parents gave you rules. They gave you certain things so that they can be able to protect you and parent you, right? But at any point in time, you could have defied it. Like I used to get grounded all the time. My mom said curfew was at 8. I came back at 10. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All I'm saying is you still had that freedom.
Difference. So there's a difference, right? So I would say that love exists, freedom doesn't exist. I love my parents, therefore I would respect my parents' commands, right, and their restrictions because I know that's out of a place of love, right? Just because I could do something, just because I have the free will to do something, doesn't mean that freedom actually does exist. If I'm going to be constantly having some kind of consequence on me based off of my choices, that doesn't mean that I truly do have the freedom to do X.
Oh, so you think freedom means freedom of consequences?
Like
wow.
For instance, hold on.
No,
for instance, hold on.
Doesn't mean
hold on,
freedom
dude.
of consequence.
Hold on.
No,
Quit spurting out. Quit spurting out. Let
because
me
I
finish
see where you're
talking.
going wrong.
Hold on.
I will.
For
I got you.
instance, right? I wasn't able to have the freedom to choose what country or what state I was born into. I didn't have the freedom to choose what color of skin I was going to have. I didn't have the freedom to choose what color hair I was going to have or what kind of hair I was going to have. I didn't have the freedom to choose what school I was going to go to when I was a kid, right? There's numerous things that I didn't have the choice to do. At work, I don't have the freedom to choose what I want to do for some things, right? So if it is the case that people have the freedom to do something, where does this freedom exist? How do we get this freedom, and where does it come from?
So freedom does not be
A lot
freedom
of
of consequence. I'll put it this way. I have the freedom to walk, but if I walk from one end of the hall and I end up at the other end of the hall, those are the consequences of me walking, all right? And I can't be like, why am I not still in the same room? I've been walking this whole time. No,
Sure.
freedom does not mean freedom from consequences. Actions have consequences. Do you understand that?
Sure, but I
Okay,
still
perfect.
didn't have the freedom to choose where I was born.
You have freedom, not freedom of consequences. So your parents having schmecks at one time caused you to be caused your mom to be pregnant.
Ooh,
And
that's
then
Yeah,
right.
did I have a choice?
where your mom was when your
Yeah,
water
did I
broke
have the
is
choice?
where you were born.
Yeah, did I have the choice?
You the consequences. Your water broke, so you were born there. Your water could have broke somewhere else. Huh? Yeah, consequence.
Did I have the
Consequence.
choice though? Did I have the choice?
Getting dog walked.
Again, you're confusing freedom for
Can I
consequence.
choose when a biological process just automatically ends?
Now we're moving. But I'm trying to tell you, you do not have freedom from consequences. You don't have
I'm not
freedom.
denying this. Yeah, I'm not denying this.
All right, perfect. So stop telling me you didn't get to choose.
I'm just saying you don't have freedom regardless. But anyways,
no, you don't have freedom of consequences. Actions have a consequence. Actions have a consequence. You do something, something is going to happen afterwards. That is the natural process of consequences.
Wait, what do you take natural to be?
Huh?
What do you take natural to be? Look it up in the
Happening in
dictionary.
nature.
Wait, happening in nature? That's circular.
All right, then you know what? What do you think natural means? I forgot to tell you. Look
I
it
would
up.
think like natural would be pertaining to one's ontology.
Okay.
Are you fine with that definition?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
pertaining to one's ontology, the consequences of your actions end up this way.
Okay, so what about somebody's ontology gives them freedom?
Freedom is something you have. You don't have freedom of consequences. Those are two concepts I want you to understand first before you move
How
on.
does this answer my question?
Because I need you to understand those concepts first before you move on.
I
Do you
don't disagree.
Do you understand? Do you understand it?
Okay.
Meaning, if you take an action,
Man,
something's gonna happen. Correct?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've never denied
Okay,
this.
cool. So you have the freedom to go
Answer.
unalive yourself, but the consequences of you doing that is you're unalived. That's the consequences of it.
Okay.
All right.
How does this answer my question?
Are you serious?
The cognitive dissonance is real, and I get it.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you serious?
So
Serious question?
where in your
Was that your question? Wasn't that your question about why is it that when I do something else happens? Huh? Why is it that I can
No.
why
My
is it that I
question,
can set up a train track?
Guys,
But
this
the
is how I know
concept
that
was
you're not
set on the train
tracking.
track, and then a cop has to take me off. Huh? Wasn't that your concept?
No.
Isn't that what you were struggling with?
So do you want me to ask the question again?
Please do.
Okay. So where in your ontology is freedom?
the silence.
I know. Hard question.
No, I was just taking
Crashing out.
a moment for myself. But
Oh man.
let's go back again. No worries. Do you understand what freedom is?
Oh my gosh.
No, you still haven't really defined freedom.
No, you did.
He was
You
told to
remember?
look it up.
Oh, so if we're going with my definition of freedom, something that's going to be non-existent, sure.
It's non-existent, but you have it.
Sure. I have the
Perfect.
conceptualized idea of
Perfect. Now, a second. Are there consequences? Meaning, if you take an action, will something happen?
Is freedom consequences? No.
No. Freedom is not consequences. Consequences are consequences.
Mhm.
They happen from an action.
By
There's a
his
cause and then there's an
definition,
effect.
freedom
That's
is
what consequences are.
consequences.
Yep.
The freedom to choose that cause, that
Wow.
action.
Yeah. How do you have this? Yeah. How do you have this freedom if it doesn't exist?
Because you are alive, you exist, and you're born.
So just because you exist, something that doesn't exist exists.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy how our brain works. We can imagine things. We can imagine things. Yeah, concepts.
Okay. So let me get
Like, I'll
this.
put it this
let me
way:
get this
Harry
straight.
Potter
Hold on.
exists, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like
Okay,
Harry Potter exists, but it doesn't.
let me get
So
this
how
right.
brains?
Okay.
No, but you see how brains work? Do you see how brains work?
Oh my gosh! Hold on. Let me just
We can
clarify this real
conceptualize
quick.
things. No, we can conceptualize things.
Yeah,
We
you're
can
gonna
bring
stir
things
because you
reality.
said something stupid. Now you want to do damage
No,
control. I get it, dude.
You need
I
to
get it.
understand
I
that.
would be doing damage control at this point too. But okay, let's take it to the case that I have a horse, right? Okay, hold on. Let's take it to the case that I have a horse and I slap a horn on my horse and start calling it a unicorn. Is that going to be a unicorn? Like it's just a plastic horn I
because
just 3D printed.
unicorns are in fairy tales. But
But I
here's
can
the
conceptualize
beauty
it.
of
But
your
I
mind.
can conceptualize. What do you mean?
Yes,
I
but
can
you can.
conceptualize it. So it
You
must
can.
exist.
No. But you can. But you can. You can go around and have that concept for yourself. It's just unicorns aren't real. Therefore, it could be a hard thing to dragons aren't real. You know what I mean? So you can't really just bring them up like that.
Right, and rights aren't real. Freedom's not real. And also the fact that they're concepts. Sure. They're going to be mind dependent. Yeah,
we
sure.
use them
And
as tools to be able to live.
just like how it's not real that that abortions protect women. I get it.
No. See, now, this is where, if we got past that first point, which is that freedom to be not restrained.
Can't even
right?
define
that
freedom.
restraint.
Just
can
saying
get
that
past
freedom is
Autonomy.
consequences.
No.
Failed to do
We're
so.
not getting past it. I mean, you
Wow.
agree with me. You agree with me. That freedom not to be restricted or held or restrained. Like that freedom, right?
Wait. Let me ask you this question.
Wait, my guy, you're going fast again. Wait. We are granting that to women. That second part, possibility.
Why are we granting it? Why are we granting it to women?
Because you have it too as a man.
Okay, wait. Can you, if something restricts your freedom, is that freedom?
Say that one more time.
So
interesting.
If there's things that restrict freedom, is there freedom?
In the concept itself, restricting freedom is already restricting the freedom, so it's not freedom. Once you're restricting the freedom, it's no longer freedom.
Okay, so if it's no longer freedom, right? And there's things in physical reality that continuously restrict freedom.
Yes.
Then how does freedom exist?
Concept in your head. You are given it to.
Wow. That's
Oh
brilliant.
gosh, I'm losing brain cells at this point. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's because you're not smart off the track. It's not me.
Okay, so freedom doesn't exist in any kind of metaphysical reality, but some said person still has the freedom to do so. This freedom is a form of protection. Even if you can use said freedom as a way to harm yourself, it still is protection.
Yep.
That's a contradiction.
No. We never said freedom, protection from harm or danger. We never said that. Protection from harm or danger.
You just agreed to what I said.
We never said freedom, protection from harm and danger. Protection from harm and danger. But being able to have access to that protection is a freedom.
So freedom to have access to that harm is freedom. Yes. So freedom is only freedom until something restricts it. I can agree with this, sure. But if something is continuously restricting freedom, does freedom actually exist? You said no.
No, it doesn't.
So true or false, do we have things in our metaphysical reality that continuously restrict freedom?
Yeah.
Okay, so does freedom exist?
Yes.
It's a contradiction.
No, it's not actually. It's reality. There's such a duality in it, which is why I said you have to be able to digest complex situation with cognitive dissonance, man. You have to literally be able to step back and evaluate it. Because things aren't
we got 7 minutes. We got 7 minutes left. Let's do this. Let's bring this down into some epistemology. How do you know that you have freedom?
Nobody's restraining me. Nobody's stopping me. Nobody's preventing me from doing anything right
now. Okay. So because nobody's restraining you right this instance, you have freedom.
Yeah. And at some point that can be taken away.
How do you justify this to be true?
I can physically see it. I can almost tangibly touch it.
You could touch freedom. You could see freedom. Yeah. What does freedom feel like?
Like free.
What is free?
Don't
You know,
don't add it. Nothing added on top of it.
but
You can add value. You can add
What?
anything, but there's nothing added on top of it. It just is. It just is.
It's nothingness.
Almost, but nothingness is also everything.
Wait, so
But then, see, that's what you see. You have to
the
understand more
most
concepts. Yeah?
incoherent
You struggle with this.
nonsense.
There's a duality in life. Your world is too black and white, and that's why you're struggling with this. It's that's not the real world. That's not the world people live in.
what's the world that people live in? It's just gonna be like
Reality. Where there's
okay,
cause and effect. Where there's a reaction and an action.
You wait, cause and effect, reaction and reaction is literally black and white.
Action and reaction. Cause and effect. Action and reaction.
Little
Yeah, that's
definition
reality.
of
That is
Hegelian
reality.
dialect.
Can you define reality for me,
This is
please?
what Hegelian dialect
Look it
teaches
up.
you right here.
It's gonna be another.
Look it up. Look it up.
Incoherent
I'm gonna
Hegelian
I'm gonna
dialect.
say to look it up. And if you can't, that's fine.
Oh, this is sad.
It's not my fault you don't know words.
So if it is the case that like reality, would you say that reality is going to be dependent on one person's mind, or depend or independent of a person's mind?
Actually, here's a crazy concept that they found out. Reality has three parts. There's your version, there's my version, and there's the actual reality that exists within
Right.
us.
Yeah,
And that's really the reality.
Well,
That's
so
the
I'm
real
not-
reality.
You
yeah,
can
so
tell
I'm
this
not
guy's
saying
been
your
smoking
reality. I'm not
the
saying my
entire
reality. I'm
time.
saying reality as an objectively. So,
Yeah, it's
Wow.
in the middle, but you are still living your reality. There's your truth, there's my truth, and there's the truth.
cool. What's
What?
truth?
That's reality. Huh?
No, what's
No
what's
objective
truth?
truth. It's all
Guess what I'm gonna say? Guess what I'm gonna say?
objective
Look it up.
reality.
Yes.
I think therefore I am.
Goofy. Okay.
You're the one who doesn't know words. It's not my fault, dude. What? Look it up. Every time you need to find a word, why don't you just look it up? Why do you need me, bro? I'm not a human. I'm not a human.
Okay.
I'm not a human dictionary, bro. I'm not a human dictionary.
Let
This
me
is
ask
what
you this: is
happens.
truth something that's going to be objective and a reality?
Certain things can be, I guess,
Certain
objective.
things can be.
You know?
So, like, for instance, we can have objective truths.
Yeah. Again, it's not a concept you can easily define as a yes or no. But yes,
Right.
certain things in reality will be subjective, and certain things will be objective.
I guess this next question.
You cannot answer with a simple yes or no.
This next question can tell me so much, but
Mhm.
from your not what you think other people think, but what you think.
Yeah.
Is it objectively true that the world revolves around the sun?
The planets revolve around our sun, but we also revolve around the Milky Way galaxy. So, I mean, that concept is really, really tricky. That's what I'm saying. It gets really, really tricky.
Cool. Yeah.
Hence why I said duality, man. The world.
Yeah, cool.
complex.
Cool. How would you feel?
The world
if
is
you didn't
complex. It's not my fault, dude. I didn't design this.
Cool, dude. Yeah, cool. How would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning?
Here we go.
Well, depending. If I had enough to eat the day before, I can probably feel fine. But if I didn't have enough, I might be cranky.
Wow, you can kind of answer questions. That's fascinating. So can you just go ahead and just tell me then how something that doesn't exist in reality can still exist in reality?
Ugh. Freedom in your head, your brain.
Mhm.
That freedom that you get to choose and do in your head, in your brain. Okay? Then the consequences, the life, the cause and effect happening in front of you.
Are
Now,
consequences
moment.
freedom?
No,
Okay.
they're not even a choice, they're just an effect.
Okay.
You don't even get to choose.
What are consequences?
Guess what I'm gonna say?
Look it up. Right?
Oh
This
my
is completely
god.
bad faith at this point.
What do you mean? You struggle with the word, bro. Look it up. It makes it easier when you can look it up. There you have a definition, bro.
No, it's fine.
I'm helping you.
If I lost,
your parents teach you that?
This is how
Wait, your
every
parents didn't teach you
liberal
that?
debates.
Your parents didn't teach you that?
honestly, dude, I
Did you a disservice.
completely understand why you're acting the way you did. If I lost within the opening like you did, I'd be completely. I mean, I wouldn't be bad faith, but I can see how somebody could be bad.
Yeah,
faith.
but notice how you didn't answer
Embarrassing.
one of my question once, and it was one question, and you asked me a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I
unless
asked you one question.
it's
I
a
asked you
clarified
one
question.
question.
why-
You didn't answer any one of mine, and it's
Alright, I
okay.
did.
But I'm the one.
we
It's
have
fine.
this recorded.
Listen, when people lie,
I
this is
even
what they do.
answered questions I had no reason to answer because again, it
No,
doesn't
wait,
matter
when
what
people lie,
I
this is what
think.
they do. Yeah, no. When
Again,
people lie,
okay,
this is
so
what
let
they
me
do.
ask you this then.
When people lie, no, then how about this? We have 2 minutes. Answer my question. Answer my question. We have 2 minutes.
Okay, why do I? What
just
about
answer
my
my question.
opinion? Okay, I will
Answer my
answer
question,
the
please.
questions.
Please.
It's gonna
Who
make
are you
sense.
trying to protect?
Hold
Who
on.
are you trying to protect?
Hold on.
No, answer my question, please. No, I'm begging. Nah, 2 minutes. I've answered your question for like 40 minutes and you struggled. I've answered your question. I've answered your question for 40 minutes. You struggled. Answer mine.
Why do I
Who are you
need
trying to
to
protect?
answer? Yeah, why do I need to answer a question pertaining to your argument?
Oh, because you struggled when I tried to answer yours. So therefore, let's see if you'll struggle with mine too. And now we all know.
I struggled. Okay, so how did I struggle?
Who are you trying to protect? Don't deflect. Don't avoid.
If you're saying that your answers were incoherent, or I was struggling with the coherency of your argument, that's just going to be the case that your argument was incoherent.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Your brain isn't smart enough to compute that. That's fine.
Incoherent.
So now I want to see where your brain is at.
That just sounds like cope at this point, honestly.
Sure. Whatever makes you feel better. Anyway, answer my question. Who are you trying to protect? It's a simple question.
Why do I need
Why
to
is that hard for you?
questions?
Why is that hard for you? Is it because you want to oppress women?
It's not hard.
Is it because you want to oppress women?
Questions
Is it because you don't see women as nothing more than just a vessel?
Yeah, because
is it because women don't have?
I want to have a substance.
Here comes the
and all they should do is give babies, and that can be.
And answer your questions.
Is that what you think about women?
Your
just
argument.
Babies for you.
Hold on. Answering questions.
What you think about women?
Wait, can I answer this question? Right.
No. Who are you trying to protect? Whoa. Who are you trying to protect?
Wait, which question do you want me to answer, dude?
Who are you trying to protect?
You just asked? Or do you want me to answer this question?
Less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute.
Who are you trying to protect?
Thank God.
30
This is such a
30 seconds. Who are you trying to protect?
At this point.
Who are you trying to protect? It's easy. Say it. Who are you trying to protect?
Yeah, I'm trying to protect women and children.
No, you're not. Because what if that woman? What about that woman?
What's the argument?
Because wait, this kind of argument, my nigga.
I can't wait for this to get over.
What about the
this
woman
like
who doesn't want to have the baby, who wants to get an abortion?
What about it? What about it, dude? This is just oh my gosh.
You just said you're trying to protect both the woman and the baby, and I just asked you about
one of the women and children.
The woman and the children. Fine, but now going back.
All right. Time. So, 15-minute closing. I'm gonna let him go first, and then we're gonna go into the judges' rankings. What was the point system again? I don't want to. It's like we're gonna go to the rank system, and then we're gonna go to the Q&A, and then I'll have a poll at the end. So I'm gonna get Dodes 15 minutes closing.
No, he goes first. I started. He goes first.
That's fine.
All right.
So he never once engaged the nature of women. He never once named a philosopher. He never once defended how abortion perfects rather than wounds. He conceded at every turn that abortion is at best a tragic necessity, never something protective or good. The resolution is not just false, it is an insult to every mother who ever lived. Woman is not protected by being prevented from being a mother. She is crowned by it. Negation wins by metaphysically necessity. It's absurd to me that this guy literally would just go around in circular reasoning of dodging questions, completely acting bad faith. I completely understand. I think that the argument was completely opened the second he spewed his first sentence, which I even predicted and said it was even within his opening that he's just going to go automatically and appeal straight to either grape, incest, any of those other ones that I listed off. He conceded and changed the subject to autonomy and force. He admitted abortion is the lesser evil, not protective. Brought up grape and incest. Used only feelings and slogans on this instance where it's going to feel better for the woman. Women should have this, and I try to peg why should they have this thing. Attacked. He tried attacking me instead of the arguments. I mean, didn't really give much of an argument. And it was just honestly, it was a quick right off the bat concession. I looked completely bad, at least from my perspective, and his argument was just incoherent, absurdities, inconsistencies, a lot of contradictions. I don't see how in any way my interlocutor here was even able to justify that abortion does protect women in any kind of way. That being said, I'm just going to go ahead and concede the rest of my time. I got a massive fucking headache. I swear to God, I think I have some. He's got a yeah. Anyways, I concede my time.
All right. I'm gonna give dudes 15 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hopefully, don't take 15
All right.
minutes.
This is the point that I started off. It was always going to be about opinion. I like that people from the pro-life side like to subjugate women based off of their opinion. They only see women as a tool to carry babies, nothing more.
Slogan.
They don't have any rights. They don't have any autonomy. They don't have any say. All they have to do is sit there and hold these vessels, and hold fetuses. I asked him one simple question: who are you trying to protect? Not once did he answer that. I said I want to protect the woman.
He answered it.
He asked me, how do I want to protect them? Giving them bodily autonomy, safety from harm, possible death, and also to be able to live a fulfilling life, to have the choice that they can make for a fulfilling life. For the mother that wants to protect her three children that she already has because she cannot afford the fourth. For the little girl who was assaulted, we want to protect her. And for the woman who wants to make the decisions for her own. Those are the people that I'm trying to protect. And then I gave him points and places that he can trace. He conceded that you physically restraining or keeping somebody, preventing somebody from something is not access to freedom. And if that is the kind of world that he wants to live in, that proves my point, that people on the pro-life side only want to oppress and subjugate women. That is not a world that I want to live in. It's not a world where I think is valuable or one that we should try to achieve or attain for. He dodged every single question and only told me his opinion. I already established at the beginning of my argument, we have a difference of opinion. Why does your opinion matter more? Or, like I asked, who are you trying to protect? I chose the woman. He is choosing the fetus and masking it by saying he's choosing both. But he's not. He doesn't care about the woman. He doesn't care about her opinion. He doesn't care about her life. Why would I ever want to side with anybody who thinks like that? Why would we ever want to achieve that as a goal? 50% of our population will be female. And we're not about to just not let them have a say. We're not about to not let them have any control. I can see my time.
That's a terrible. Like that's not even
All
an
right,
argument.
good. I'm gonna let the judges give
Even
their
address the
points.
prompt.
They're gonna rank
Wild.
the opening, the closing, and the cross examination. And I'm gonna let backup go first.
Okay.
Give them some time.
Okay, so I liked Dodd's beginning. I thought it was very emotional. I do like when we do put a little bit of empathy into our, you know, our starters. I do like some human in there. The thing that I had contentions with was that it was just all based in emotion, right? You're not gonna change people's minds with just appealing to emotions if you can't back up the facts that you are claiming. Simply giving out, well, here's this because of this. Just simply saying that abortions protect women because of freedom, and then saying that freedom is not existing, and then say, well, freedom does exist. It's a dual thing. Well, how does one thing exist, and then you say that it doesn't exist within the same sentence? Mind-boggling to me. So yeah, I give you like I would say like a solid 6. I would say like the small little pecks really tied you down a little bit.
All right. Let's Angel go, and then Codex.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's really necessary for me to give my judgment, but I can do it regardless. Yeah, Dodge. You didn't like use reasons which will entail or give motivation for your conclusion being true. No form of deductive, inductive, or abductive reasoning at all from your side. You also failed to persuade me as well as everyone else in the comment section and everyone who's observing this debate. You failed to persuade anyone to believe in your conclusion to be true. You also failed to like uphold dialectical norms such as like, you know, burden shifting, not answering questions which pertain to your argument, which is very bad faith. Yeah, this shit was pretty fucking bad.
You got him.
To be honest, I'm a little embarrassed to even like be in the same, I guess, like associate with you. But I mean, I digress. What else should I say? Well, you did something like let's see. You said something along the lines of like you know, abortion protects women. Then your reasoning was it protects women because it gives them freedom. You also failed to like give a like analytical reduction, or rather a semantic reduction on the terms that Genesis asked you for. And you just repeat like the burden shift again, which is failing to like uphold dialectical norms. You need to lock in. Yeah, it's pretty bad. He also like gave you like a hypothetical on how, okay, well, if it's the case that someone has freedom, presumably, okay, someone can be able to like have the freedom to do schmugs, right? He would just ask you, okay, well, why would that entail that they're protected because of the additional freedoms that they have? You didn't actually give a, you know, concise response to that. Nor did you like respond to any of like your opponent's objections at any point that you gave. It was fucking awful.
All right. Codex can give his opinion. And then after that, we will go to the closing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, all good. I just found it to be the case that Dodds, even in your opening statement, you didn't actually address the argument. So the argument was supposed to be abortion protects women. In your opening, you established that freedom is what we are seeking, but this doesn't actually establish an affirmative to that it protects women at all. And when pressed on this during the cross, you were unable to substantiate how freedom is necessarily a protection. So what I would just say in that circumstance is that my personal opinion is Genesis probably won the debate in terms of like point scoring. I would say the opening would probably lead to Dodd with like a 4 because you did have good emotional appeals, but it didn't actually address the argumentation. Genesis probably had closer to a 7 or an 8 because it at least addressed the argumentation. In terms of the cross, I would say Genesis probably took an 8 or a 9 even, just due to the fact that he was able to delineate points and ensure that you tried to stay on them. I'd probably give you a 4 or 3, depending on how we want to judge burden shifting and how we want to judge just go Google it. That's not how debate works inside of like a conversation. We should be able to have these semantical conversations pretty quickly. And in terms of closing, your closing said absolutely nothing at all. I'd give that a 1 for Dodd, and I'd probably give Genesis like a 6, just because there wasn't really much to close. So it wasn't like a solid closing that just addressed fully everything, but that's not his fault.
All right, back up. Did you want to say more? Sorry, did you want to say more?
I thought it was just on the opening. That was my bad. So I did have some like contentions with your argument. You brought up a girl. You just said Amber. So I went online and I did some research on Amber. Her name is Amber Nicole Truman or Thurman. So if you want to say her name, say it correctly. If you want to use her case study in her medical records. So if you want to say the victim's name, say their full fucking name. That's the only issue that I have with you. And also, Amber Nicole Thurman, she unalived August 19th of 2022. She was 28 years old, and she was a medical assistant who unalived from sepsis shock from a medical abortion. She unalived from a medical abortion because she had still products of the fetus that was unalived from a miscarriage. So please understand what you're reading. When I read on this, she unalived from a medical abortion, having sepsis from the missing fetal tissue from a miscarriage. So again, she didn't unalive from getting this. She unalived from the abortion. So if you want to say that abortions protect women, make sure you call out all the victims that unalived from sepsis, from medical malpractice, right? They unalived from remaining fetal tissue, not from not getting an abortion. They unalived from getting an abortion. So please say the victim's name, because I asked you inside the comments because I wanted to double check this for my own research. It took 2.5 seconds to look up Amber, who unalived from sepsis. Say the victim's full name in case. That's my contentions with you.
Yeah, please address that one.
And then
Yeah, please
when we
address
talk about Amber, underneath Georgia state law, Georgia prohibits most abortions after approximately 6 weeks of pregnancy, but they have exceptions to the rule. So within Georgia, where
He's
this
a judge,
took
though.
place,
She needs to stop.
right? So,
Epping.
she
Correction,
was
and then
underneath the exception
nice, but she's
where,
also arguing.
if a doctor determines it's necessary to prevent unalivement, and in this case, she was unaliving from sepsis from fetal tissue that was already unalived. So all they had to do was go back in and take out the fetal tissue. But she did not get the medical practice because they turned her away, because they already did the medical treatment. And they said, we already did this for you.
Yes,
This
I
was
know.
not for her.
And then
God,
and then,
no,
and then it took them
no, this is
20
what we're not.
hours.
No,
It
stop.
took them 20
Stop.
hours in there waiting until she was septic.
Dods. This
Wait,
is my
hold on,
contention.
hold on 1 second. This is for the Q. Sorry, this is for.
Being correct.
Oh, he's
No,
just
you
all right,
get
all
it
right,
correct.
all right. Hold on. This she is just addressing her point. If you guys have any Q&A, by all means, as I can see more people on the panel. But this is just her. She's just giving her opinion of the debates.
That's incorrect, and I'd rather
Yeah.
she do
So
that.
she did go out of state. And then when we talk about like Georgia laws too, and
That's
other
very
things that
correct.
you brought up within these places that you are bringing up these
Hey,
cases, these
one
aren't going
second.
to-
One second. So let's just get like the points of like just what the point was. It doesn't really matter essentially. The case study, I just went ahead and granted it in the argument anyways, because I didn't see it to be relevant. But what was the points that you would give?
Okay, yeah. So the point about that is that they had to
No, like points as points pertaining
He's
to the
talking
argument.
about the judge. The judge,
Yeah, the judge.
not you.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yeah, so that's my contention with you. You didn't give the case in the medical for that. We also
Yeah,
have
she lied, so what do
to,
I care?
yeah, so I mean, like, if you want to say you care about these women,
No, you
right?
lied.
Please say you don't care about these women. You couldn't even bring up her full
Back
name. You
up,
couldn't
back
even
up.
read up on her stuff.
Like, you got to score them. That's what he meant by that. Score, like Genesis and Dods.
Yeah, because like you're lying and it's just,
Yeah, be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Just go ahead and score them too.
big bullshit is
Right.
stupid.
If I
Alright,
had to
alright.
really-
Quiet.
I'm gonna allow Q&A
Right.
after this. So, like, I wanted to give her on that point.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I should address that he doesn't care about these women that he claims that he cares about. He couldn't even say her full name.
Mm.
All right, fair enough. I should have allowed
So
that for
3. He
the.
gets a 3 for me.
I should have allowed that for the Q&A, but it's getting a little bit heated, guys. But Tone was the first person who joined, so I'm assuming he has a question for either of these people. I don't know how long to keep this, maybe 20 minutes around. But Tone was here first, so he could ask either people his question.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to give my little thoughts on the opening, the exams, and the closings. First, I think the entire opening that Dodds gave was completely emotion filled. I understand that is a part of it, but it was completely emotion filled.
Hey, Tone, can I ask you one quick question?
I didn't ask you to speak. But
hey,
that-
I want one question.
Wait, Dodes, wait, hold on. I will allow him to. You can, of course, respond to any questions when he's.
So I just because I've heard
so
a lot of things.
it was completely emotion filled.
Said.
You were making a bunch of.
I said, and
Well, can you go ahead and just?
I wasn't talking to you.
You did a
Wait,
bunch
Dodes,
of,
hold on.
yeah.
Don't. All right, I will allow you to address his points after. So of course, go ahead. But make sure I don't want it to be a back and forth because this is not a debate. This is like
Yeah, it's not. Trust me, you don't want that again. So once again, as I was saying, I think that
Oh, what? I don't know what happened. I just lost audio. I might have to. I'm gonna see if I can refresh it. Looks like we got stuck in a load during Q&A. I got the comments and no audio. That's a bummer. It's not letting me refresh it either. I'm not hearing no audio. I'm muting it. Oh, that's a bummer. Maybe if I can go back up and down, we'll see. It might just be my system. I think I might have lost it.
Show my power in your.
Hold on.
good job on the
We got it
opening.
back. We
I'll
got
give
it
you like
back.
a 1.5.
We're back.
Is it now time to address them?
Yes, you can address it.
Yeah.
We are now in the
Now,
Q&A.
one of them said anything I said. All of them said, you said things like protection and like, we don't know what that means. And then like this girl made up a random statement about the fucking case that she doesn't know anything about. Because literally Amber died because they wouldn't perform a medical procedure on her because of the ban. Because of the ban.
No,
That is
they
why.
didn't.
That is,
This is a lie.
Wait, hold on. Let Dodes.
you had your chance. Like literally, if you read it, it took them 20 hours until she was septic, until her life was in danger. Like you had to gamble with her life for her to get medical procedure. But that's fine. Not a single one of them addressed any of my points, and I made it very, very clear. The first one was that bodily autonomy. The second one was protection from harm and possible death. Right. And then the third one was the freedom for her to be able to live a fulfilling life. Meaning, if she feels like she can't afford this, if she feels like she wants to leave a partner, if she feels like she's not ready to be a mother, there's choices that she gets to have access to.
Extremely emotional.
And then I concluded with
question. Argument.
I concluded with pro-life people want to oppress women, and every single one of them told me their opinions on what they think women should be doing. That is not a life, bro. That's my point.
I have one last question. Do you think it's actually like, do you think like under bodily autonomy or this freedom that it's actually okay for women to just tattoo child porn on themselves? You think that that's okay for real?
That's crazy.
Do I think that's okay? Or is that
They should
allowed?
be able to do that?
I can't believe they're even allowing that question.
Do I think it's okay or is it allowed? Those are the two different
This is the
questions.
first time
Should it
for
be
a lot
allowed?
of people to do like formal debates and stuff.
Yes,
that. So
under freedom, yes. Sure to do whatever the hell you want.
wild.
Now, being okay and allowed are two different things. Do I think you should murder people? No. But do I think we should restrain everybody so we stop them from murdering? No.
That makes no sense.
Okay, he answered his question. I'm going to have to.
I did. I answered. No, I answered it both ways. I answered it. Yes, it's allowed. That doesn't mean I think it's okay. And then I gave you an analogy of another extreme situation where if you want to prevent people from murdering people, we should just arrest and restrain everybody.
You didn't.
We should just arrest and restrain everybody. That way we'll have zero murders if we restrain everybody.
You didn't.
Fair enough. I'm gonna drop phone. I'm gonna bring somebody else. Candy was up next, I believe. So Candy, you can ask him a question. If you're even there.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I mean, I missed like the first 20 minutes, so the opening sounds like it was better. But yeah.
I didn't get the opening.
I told you this in the comments, but just for future reference, when somebody's asking you to define something, it's not because like, they don't know what it means. It's more to kind of get a feel for the way that you are using the term.
And when I'm using words colloquially, I expect the other person to be able to understand it. So if they don't, I'd like to know what their understanding of that word means. Therefore, we can use the definition.
You can't even provide a colloquial
and oftentimes the definition will be similar to what I think. So a lot of his definitions were similar to what I think. Therefore, I was allowing him to use it as his own reference, so he doesn't have to worry about what my definitions are. We can just deal with his definition.
Okay, I got a call in the middle of that, but we're not going to start a whole debate on it. But yeah.
All right. All right. Is that any other question?
Yeah, probably a million, but that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm gonna have to save some space and drop Candy for a second. I'm gonna allow Misty to ask a question if she has one.
Yeah, it was on the lines of the definitions because you've done this before when we've asked you about your definitions. You burden shift on to us. I also, oh my gosh, my dog, damn it. I also found that, do you know what begging the question is? Because I found that you beg the question a lot during your argument.
How?
By like asserting that the conclusion was true. I still don't know how abortion protects women.
Okay, easy. First things first, bodily autonomy. She gets to have control over her
Bodily
body.
autonomy
Meaning nobody can
protects the
force her.
woman.
Nobody can use her as a vessel.
Wow.
Nobody can make her a housing so that she can just birth people. She can
Okay,
decide.
so I don't want to turn
That's
this
one.
into
That's
a
one.
whole debate.
That's one. No. I'm giving you. It's three. You don't have to make it a debate. Just listen. It's three. All right. The second part is freedom from possible harm and or unalivement. All right. And then the second part is the completion of a fulfilling life. If she doesn't feel like she can afford, take care, or be ready for this responsibility, she doesn't have to undertake it.
This is still begging the question, but okay.
That is interesting. It wasn't a question. It was a statement. You said how. That is how it protects her. Those are how. And those are just three ways. There's more. Those are just three.
So I think the disconnect is that we're looking for the why, not the how.
Okay, how do we answer why it protects her?
Yes, I want to know why protection is the type of thing that protects
Why
her.
is it protection? Because we don't want to prevent her from having bodily autonomy. We don't want her. This is why we don't want her to die. Why?
I give up, Dobbs.
I'm giving you why.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
guy-
my
no
fault
help
you're
for
struggling with it.
Crazy.
No, hold up. Why are you
We're
struggling
gonna
with
do a
these
little
concepts?
bit more of the
Why are you
Q&A.
struggling with the concept of not keeping somebody not letting?
No, I'm gonna do a little bit more of the Q&A, and I'm gonna let it play a little bit, and then I'm gonna do my closing too because I don't want to keep the stream no longer than 2 hours. So I'll let it go, and then I'll come back and we'll do a closing and stuff like that.
There would be a contradiction,
Yes, there will
as in
be.
the contradictions
Yes.
that Genesis pointed out
So
that
pause.
you did not address.
Pause. This is why I addressed it in the opener. We are going to have a difference of opinion. You, once it's out of utero, difference of opinion. That's where our opinions change. Before the utero, my opinion about a fetus is different than your opinion about a fetus. Is that correct?
Yes, but you're
Okay,
supposed to be
so instead of
defending
us
your
arguing-
opinions.
All right.
So instead of
wrap this
us
up really quick.
arguing opinion, so instead of us arguing opinions for 45 minutes, right? Because that is a waste of our time. Let's argue the actions, the consequences, the effects. Because opinions
Guys.
are fucking like assholes. Everybody has one. Nobody cares about it.
Yeah, I'm done, Protect.
All right, we're gonna have to move on. You guys want to debate Dodds for the next debate by all means. But
I've got a question.
Okay, yeah, Kate is the next person. I'm assuming. Yeah, you can go.
For sure. So I have one for both of you. And I'll actually start with Genesis. I have a big contention with things you were saying. It is women, not woman. So stop. I was losing my shit every time you said abortion protects woman.
All right.
You're right.
So
You're right.
women. You say
Women.
it? Women.
Women.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Now dogs. Okay.
I love the question.
Yeah, I have 3 things for you. Okay. The first one is I understand how frustrating it is in a debate when you're just going over terms. At the end of the day, you just want to say, go look it up. Okay. And that may be the most logical thing, go look it up, but it makes you look really bad in a debate. Okay. And so just as a tip, don't say, go look it up. Because
You
it
know
just,
what? And do you know what makes me somebody look bad in the debate with me? Is if we're speaking colloquially, meaning these are languages that can be understood within people in the United States, especially in this English form. These are languages and words that we understand, and we understand what the meaning is. Right? Therefore, if we're doing this, all we're doing again is just discussing ideas and our point of views. And yes,
Yes.
your point of views are gonna
I
fucking
can understand.
Therefore,
Don't
it's
wanna
easier.
debate. I don't want
to debate somebody with their opinion. It's easier to debate somebody based off their opinion if they're gonna struggle with it. Like if we both understand an opinion, we don't have to debate it. But if you're not gonna understand a word, I'd rather debate based off what you believe. Because I think I believe the same thing as everybody, and you're telling me I'm wrong. Therefore, why is your opinion different? That's why I let people.
I'm not arguing with you with that. I'm just saying I would agree. I get very mad when people to get definition. Great, but I'm just saying for your sake, don't say go look it up because it makes that side look bad. Okay?
Then to tell that person to not use words that they don't know what they mean. Just move on with their lives. Get at the source, man. I'm not a human dictionary. I'm not here to define words to all they all. I heard you.
The next one. Yeah, great. Great. The next one. There's actually two more. One, learn how to not beg the question, and two, okay, I'm gonna dive back in on Amber because with her, okay, I'm going to tell you exactly. If you are using her to say abortion protects women, you would have to argue that her dying was protecting her because what killed her is the abortion. She was given the abortion pill. Okay.
And then when
you give her out. Listen, Dodds, you need to listen.
I'm trying, but you're lying.
So she was given an abortion pill, which was supposed to flush out the full entirety of the fetus. It did not. Some was left. Okay. Now, the doctors should have given her sepsis treatment. That is on them. The abortion is what caused sepsis. The doctors did not need to do an abortion. So that doesn't come down to abortion protecting women. That comes down to doctors actually doing their job. Okay? Because nowhere in there had an abortion law. Nowhere in there would anything.
Then, let me ask you this. Why did the doctors wait 20 hours until she was in septics before they wanted to?
Oh, yeah, I can actually tell you that. She did not tell them that she had an abortion. Okay? So when that happened, because she did not say she had an abortion, they were trying to figure out what the cause was for the sepsis to treat it. Now, they should have gone in and just treated the sepsis. They were trying to figure out a cause for the sepsis. And by her not being honest with her doctors is what caused that. Okay.
And then when they found out and they knew that medical intervention would be needed, especially one that would lead towards that would be affected by the abortion ban. Why did they wait 20 hours until she was in septic shock because of the life of the mother? Why did they wait that long?
All right.
We don't know. That's all for the doctor.
Yeah. All right. I think I let
Kate. All these things about this case, though. That's crazy. You know all these things about this case.
I think we let Kate say her point. I know she's teacup. I think we let her say her points. Like I said, this is a Q&A. If you have questions, that would be great. I try to
let's try and do like two questions. And I feel like we are attacking Dodd. So if you guys have questions for me,
I have a question for Genesis. They're not attacking me. I'm actually learning a lot about how they think.
I have two questions, one for each of you guys.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so perfect. I'm just going to preface by quickly giving Dodd some knowledge just because it seems like he hasn't been in a debate before. So usually whenever you're attacking someone's answer to a question, right, you're going to use some sort of like logic and why you like want to refute this. So whenever he answered your question, said he's trying to protect both, saying no, you're not isn't very logical. So I'm asking, what's the logic behind saying no, you're not? That's my question.
You're not. I said something afterwards. After I said no, you're not, what did I say afterwards?
I couldn't tell because you were kind of yelling.
Okay. So then you didn't listen to the full. I said no, you're not, because from the sounds of it, you're only trying to protect the fetus. Because what about the mother who doesn't want to have that? Doesn't want to have that baby.
Just to get it clear, you did say no, you're not. So that's fine. My second question is actually for Genesis. So yeah, just quit talking for a second, Dodds. You wasted an hour of my life. Yo, Genesis, I have a question for you.
You didn't have to watch. Nobody forced you. Freedom, remember?
All right, guys. Getting a little bit heated, but go ahead.
Yo, Genesis, can I ask you a question?
Freedom. Run like a little bitch.
So first off, I want to just, preface by telling you, congratulations. Second off, my question for Genesis is, how does it feel to absolutely wipe ass in front of 50 plus people?
All right.
A little bit of trolling.
Just answer that really quick. All right, just gonna ignore that. All right, guys, do not mute unless I allow it. And please, like I said, Q&As, please make it them questions, not statements. I believe Harder was next, and then we're gonna go to King Pippin. We're gonna Snow Whites. I think you have a few other people.
I joined late, so I don't know all about the debate, but I just wanted to ask Dodd, do you think bodily autonomy is absolute?
It's not a concept you can really define. simple.
So,
Not necessarily. It's not that simple, but yeah.
So I mean, when you say if it infringes on another person's, if it infringes on another human being's life, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. That's about it. That's like
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move on to the next person. Don't worry, we'll get to backup because I know backup has a lot to say. I did say King Pimpin would go next. So what's your question?
I have one for Genesis and one for Dods. So I'm going to go with Dods first. So you have a bodily autonomy position, but you have a limitation, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, it infringes on other people.
Infringes on other people. So the bodily autonomy of the mother does not trump the bodily autonomy of the child at a certain point.
It does. Yeah, at a certain point, it doesn't trump the bodily autonomy of the child.
And what was the reason behind that again?
What the reason why it doesn't trump the bodily autonomy of the child?
Yeah.
Well, this will be appeal to medicine or whatever the hell you guys say. But medical reviews have given us a date. I'm comfortable between the 15 to 18 weeks. I'll even go to 2022. That's like those are the timeline that I'm okay with. Anything outside of that, no, I'm not okay with it. But based off like medical.
Okay. All right, and question for Genesis. Yeah, why did you debate a person that can't define terms?
I want to encourage discussion as much as I can. Didn't think that he was, I guess, this inapt in discussion. So that was a blunder on my part to debate somebody who isn't necessarily on my level. So,
all right. Well, Genesis, can I ask you this? Why do you struggle with words so much?
It's not going to be the case I struggle with words. It's going to be the case that we use words differently and definitionally. So I'm trying to get an understanding of what your definition is of words so I can understand your argument. If I don't understand your definition of a word, or if I just assume your definition of the word, it could potentially be the case that we just start talking past each other and having misunderstandings. That's just something that I want to avoid in a debate.
So doesn't it help if you define the words that way? I know exactly what you think about those words.
I mean, if you would want me to define words the entirety of the debate, that's fine. I can make the
That's what you want me to do. That's crazy. That's exactly what you wanted me to do. What?
Oh my!
I mean,
God.
I could use my definitions. I don't see how that would help your argument at all. But
yeah, it does, because for the most part, every definition you gave, I agree with that.
Yeah, so if I defined a child to be that is of the homogeneous species, right? You would understand, or even like define a child to be that of the younger rational species. This would also entail fetus. That does not help your argument at all.
Oh no. So now we'll talk about child. Yes, but remember, difference of opinion when it comes to fetus and children that are out the utero.
Right, and I asked you what your definition was.
I started my debate that me and you are gonna have that difference of opinion. So if we go there, that is something that we can both define. But notice how if you brought that up, I would have been like, yeah, no, I think a fetus is different than a child.
Cool.
No, don't let the person back up. Don't let them back up.
Yeah, no. Okay, we're going to the next question because it's turning back into.
Yeah, like again, I'm not. Like I said, want these to be concise. If you guys want to rematch, and this time Genesis wants to hold the proposition, defend the proposition, by all means. But we're gonna have to move on to the next person.
I have a question. Why do you have more sympathy for women who can't keep their legs closed than you do unborn babies?
Oh, because that woman is a living human being.
No, well, she's a whore who can't keep her legs closed and a murderer.
You want to punish women? That's not my problem. That's what you want to do.
Why do you want to punish babies?
Because I don't value the fetus. I don't value the fetus.
You don't value babies?
Fetus.
But you value whores?
Fetus, yes.
Maybe if the woman could keep her legs closed, she wouldn't have that problem.
But I still value her over that fetus.
Here we go.
Well, that just says all I need to know about you then.
Yeah, we have a difference of opinion. I know. The fuck, I've said it 100 times. We have a difference of opinion on that. Now, what are we going to do about it? Is the question that I want to know. We have a difference of opinion. I get it.
I know what people can't do about it now, thankfully, to our president.
Yeah, and that was a terrible thing. It's a terrible decision towards women.
No, well, I beg to differ. I think the millions of babies that are going to be born and grow up, they're going to be thankful for it.
Yeah, but like you don't care about them once they are out of utero. So like,
why didn't the woman keep her legs closed?
Oh, here we go.
Because you don't care about. I care about the fetus more. She can keep it open as much as you want.
I'm only going to
She can do
take
as much as you want to.
I care about human life.
15 more minutes.
Not enough. Not once they're out of utero, apparently.
No, but I don't care about I don't care about a murderer.
This is wild.
We can move on. Right, and apparently to you, all human beings out of utero are murderers. Cool.
Okay, really quick.
Not my
I
problem.
think women who murder their own babies, yes.
Fetuses.
And I think the doctors who perform the surgeries, they're also murderers.
Exactly. We have a difference of opinion.
Yeah. All right. Let's try not to mute people.
I didn't mute,
Yeah.
but this is just going on. Okay, so Dodds, the question was, why do you value the mother over the fetus? Right? Is that the question?
Yes.
Dom
Living person, past, present experiences, consciousness, dreams, aspirations, moral value within their community, within their family. There's so many other things over that fetus that doesn't have a name.
All right, that's important, obviously, but I don't want it to turn to another debate. These are two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There you go. There's the question.
There's a lot of things you added there, but it's fine.
I've mentioned this that I have a different opinion about fetuses than you guys do. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, all right, perfect. So you guys trying to give these fetuses to me this value that I don't is irrelevant because I'm giving the woman
I
more
understand.
value.
I understand, but we're gonna have to move on. I believe Snow White was next, and we're going to Johnny and back up, and then we'll keep going. So Snow White, what's your question? Again, try to keep concise.
A little bit longer.
And try not to make it into a debate.
Yeah, no problem. I have a two-part question for Dodds. First, why did you decide to reference Amber specifically as a case study? And where did you get your information about her before you decided to reference her in this debate?
Oh yeah, I was looking up different cases that kind of struck me, and that was the one that really struck me the most. And the reason why was because they were gambling with her life. They needed a way for her to be in mortal, and can I say that? Mortal danger. Is that okay here?
Yes.
Yeah. In mortal danger before they can even take any preventions because they didn't want to be affected by the ban. We were gambling with that.
What information led you to this conclusion?
Oh, so when I read the case studies, the reasons why they were hesitant on performing any preventative measures was because of the state ban on abortions that cannot be performed after 6 weeks. Therefore, they needed until the life of the mother was in jeopardy.
Yeah. What I'm asking specifically is what is your source? Like that's what I'm asking.
I looked up a couple of different things. So like I don't have one specific source. I kind of wrote it down. I just had to look her name up. I guess I could find her. But yeah, I got a couple of different sources just to read them and hear the story. But I googled it.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, I'll let you ask. I'll let you add one more point. We're to move on real quick.
So, are you aware that none of the information that you shared about her case was accurate? Are you aware of that? Do you understand that?
Such as what?
The fact that the pro-life law had anything to do with her death?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that point because that was addressed up to him.
How?
Okay.
How?
Well, I would just, the final thing I'll say is I would encourage you to actually look at what the actual Georgia law says about abortion and how it's managed and what they consider to be abortion and what they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like you are what spread deadly misinformation that actually harms women. So, yeah.
Can you just tell me how?
Let me get to backup. She will explain, but like I said, I don't want it to be a back and forth debate. If anybody wants to debate him, by all means, go ahead. We can set up another formal debate, but I don't want it to be a back and forth. So Johnny was
That's fine. I just wanted to know how because she never said it how. But that's
Quit turning every question into a debate.
I'm not. She's making a statement.
Hold on. I mean, hold on. To be fair, that's everybody.
Oh boy, you're not gonna lie.
To be fair, that's for everybody on the panel. Just, but Johnny, he's gonna ask the next question for anybody. There you go. Hello, Johnny.
Hang on just a second.
Detect. I have a super quick one. If I can do it super quick after Johnny.
After Johnny, yes.
Yeah, I think Dodds. I think the problem here, right, is there like your whole argument. It was just circular, right? I don't think you answered like any questions
How?
that gave your position any like any kind of like explanatory power, right? You didn't like defend your
Guy
position. You
cannot
just
take
kept restating
criticism at all.
you just kept restating your conclusion over and over again. And then like when Genesis would like ask you a
Stop saying
different
how. Like, I can't.
and then like when Genesis would ask you a question, you would just like burden shift, or you would just like you would just include your conclusion into your premise.
To be fair, I'll ask Johnny for him to explain how, but then we're gonna have to move on because, like I said, I don't want to be back and forth debates.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Dodds, do you know what question begging is?
Oh, that's not telling me how. Let's go.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
they
I'm,
all
go-
Just turn
yeah,
over
I'm
to
gonna, I'm
another
gonna tell you
debate.
how. Do you know what question begging is?
Just tell me, please. I'm
Yeah.
not in the mood for these definition.
Yeah,
games.
question begging is just going to be like, it's like circular reasoning, right? It would be like me
And
asking
I'm
you, hey,
not in the
Dodds,
mood
why
for
is
that
please?
question begging.
So
Hold on,
tell me
bro. I'm trying
how
to
did I do
explain
it?
this to you
That's it.
so you understand.
You explain to me what I did, but tell me what it is I did exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it to you. If you would just please stop interrupting me, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so question begging, right? It's going to be circular reasoning. It would be like me asking you, hey, Dodds, why is the sky blue? And you go, oh, well, just because the sky is blue, right? You didn't actually explain to me why the sky is blue, right? So when you were having, when Genesis was asking you why abortion harms women, you were just going back to like, it just harms them because of bodily autonomy.
This might
And he's
be
like,
the
oh,
last
well,
question for
I
me.
said three things.
and he's asking you why is bodily autonomy the type of
I said three
thing.
things.
Why is bodily autonomy the type of thing that harms women? And you just kept going, and you just wouldn't answer the question.
Nope, I explained that too. Why.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Would you like to hear it again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So bodily autonomy.
Here we
We
go.
are agreeing that she gets to
Another
decide
debate.
what she can and can't do with her body, correct?
Yeah, that doesn't answer the question.
Well, it's correct. It's a start. All right. And then we decide that we also agree that we're not going to force her to just be a place where she can house a fetus if she chooses not to.
Well, I mean, that's the whole entire argument, bro. That's the whole.
I'll allow him to
question.
say these points.
That is the question that is at hand, Dodds.
Yes, but I'm telling you about how we're protecting her bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
We're saying that we're not going to force her to become that.
And you have to give us reasons as to why you didn't do that.
Does she not have it?
Wait,
Oh,
so you have
interesting.
20
Yeah, I don't-
seconds, 15 seconds left. If you have a specific question that can just kind of be answered,
Yeah.
you can go over it because I interrupted.
Like I said, if you guys want to have a debate against Dodds or Dodes, by all means, I'll set it up. We'll do the same
No,
thing.
it's fine. I think I don't really have anything else to say. I can drop protect if you need me to.
All right, Kate can go.
For sure.
Real quick.
Yeah. So two things. One, protect. Yeah, I would want to have a debate with him. But this is a question for both Genesis and Dodds. I want to know what your end goal was when entering this debate, and if you feel like you achieved that goal. Dodds, you go first.
Oh yeah. My end goal was to try to prove that people who are on the pro-life side want to oppress and subjugate women. And yeah, no. So far, that's all I've heard is people telling me that this is why they have the right to subjugate women. Cool.
Wow.
So I just want to clarify: your end goal was not to change the mind of your opponent. Your end goal was to prove.
Expose
So your
them.
end goal was not to prove the affirmative that you were taking. Your end goal was to try to make your opponent look bad.
No, expose them for what they really want to say, because I don't like when people hide behind these nuance and dog whistles. Just say it out loud. You want to oppress women.
That's just clarification. Just shows that you weren't hearing to affirm your position. Genesis, what was your end? Genesis, what was your end goal with this debate, and do you feel like you met it?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring light to what I would believe to be a dangerous rhetoric that abortion is protecting women or beneficial to women or is any kind of good to women. It's something that I've been seeing recently within like at least like social media, online presence that there's this stigma that abortion is good for women, therefore women should do this. And I figured that if I couldn't change the mind of my interlocutor, I can at least change the mind of individuals that might be watching the debate. So
For sure. So I just want to last consensus before I drop down, just to clarify for everyone, and if they agree with me. Genesis said his goal was to take the negative and prove that abortion harms women, doesn't protect them. And Dodd's end goal was to make his opponent look bad and not to actually affirm the position that abortion protects women. And he very clearly stated that. So he can drop me now, protect.
Just to be clear, that's why listening skills are important. My goal was to prove that you want to oppress women. oppress women. And yes, I proved just that.
All right, fair enough.
I didn't think
I want to let backup speak. If there's no, if I'm going to see if anybody else wants to join, but I would let backup speak.
I asked a question after.
Okay, I'll let you ask first, as I think backup has some
All right,
questions.
sounds good. Yeah, first off, I'd like to apologize to Dodds. I don't think I conducted myself respectfully earlier. So I'm going to preface by saying that. Second off, I'm just going to ask Dodds, do you believe that your performance today in front of these people would constitute like a victory in your mind?
It'll be difficult in a room full of pro-choice people. So no, I wasn't looking for a victory. I just wanted to see if that's really what they think. And yeah, they do. It's kind of sad to me.
All right, thank you, Dodds. And I'd also like to ask Genesis a question. So you claimed earlier that you were at like a different level than Dodds was. And though I agree, I'd just like to hear your reasoning behind this.
Yeah, so just going into the debate, I didn't really know anything of Dodds. So just to clarify, I didn't think I was any way better than him, at least like debate-wise, going into the debate. Once the debate was over, I think the multiple, I guess, like fallacies within his argumentations, the incoherence within his argumentation, the unable to track any kind of line of questioning, kind of just demonstrated that he just wasn't, I guess, like used to or I guess like apt to or familiarized with like the normality of these discussions. So,
all right, fair enough.
I guess if this was all a game for you,
very much. It was. I enjoyed listening to both of you guys. Thank you.
I guess if this was all a game for you, that's fine. If that's what you wanted to prove. But like, I still think women's lives are in danger with these ideologies. So I guess I still prove that.
All a game.
Fair enough. I'll let backup say something, but then I have my own question at the end.
All right.
So
Okay, wait.
Well,
How
wait.
much time should we give backup? Because I think you said she might have had a lot to ask.
Well, she
No,
did
I
say
don't.
her point earlier. What did she say, backup?
I don't have a lot to ask. I have one question.
Okay.
How do you feel being a hypocrite? I mean, you say that you just want to show how he is, oppressing women, but you're sitting up here giving false information about women that you deem that you want to protect using abortion, but you use a case study on a woman who unalived from abortion. How do you feel being a hypocrite when you didn't come here to change the minds of others, when Genesis came here in good faith?
I want to be fair, he didn't come here in good faith because he never really answered my question, and nor did we even get a chance to discuss that. 1, 2, I still prove my point. You guys have yet to prove where I was wrong about the Amber Truman case. The Thurman.
Okay. If you would want, me and Snow White can go over that for you.
Sure, I've asked multiple times.
Or if you guys want to debate that on another time as well, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I just don't get like why he's like so obsessed with women, and then he comes in and he's like, I want to protect women. And then he brings up case studies about women unaliving from the very thing that he wants to give us protection using abortion.
Actually, why did Amber Truman die?
Right, she had sepsis from the medication she was given from the abortion. Right, she had sepsis from the abortion medication.
Yes.
It didn't flush out.
Yes.
It didn't flush out all the fetal tissue.
Now, was it medical malpractice because they didn't perform?
We can have a debate on this another time. I do want to say thank you for everybody.
That's my point. That's my point. It's okay. That's my point. They can dodge and
Anyways, we're stupid.
That's my point.
We're talking stupid.
Oh man, here we go.
I guess so. I don't know.
I love how it's dodging because we don't want to have a debate in the middle of talking about this.
I wasn't trying to have a debate. I was just asking for clarifying questions.
Listen, ladies, this man that says that he wants to white knight and protect us, calling here fucking stupid. We're calling out the hypocrisy of a fucking man-child. Crazy.
All right.
Hey guys, really fucking quickly.
Oh, that's
hey guys, really
getting
quickly.
unhinged.
Good job, Genesis, on the debate with this low tier specimen above you.
All right. Enough. All right. Either way, who's next? Alpaca, do you have a question?
I do want to say thank you to everyone that came out to watch, and thank you guys for judging.
Not really. I just wanted to clear up the Amber Thurman stuff, if that was what we were going to be going down.
I mean, I think we kind of got that.
Oh yeah, we've been trying.
Somebody please do that. Please do that.
Okay, I'll allow it. I mean, technically,
The Amber Thurman went to a different state to have an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
She missed her original appointment.
So they just gave her the pill and sent her home. They didn't do like any kind of like
We're gonna wrap it up here in a minute.
what's it called? Like ultrasound or anything like that. Well, unbeknownst to all of them, she was pregnant with twins. So the amount of medication they gave her was not enough, right? So then she goes back home to her home state, takes the medication, goes septic because it wasn't enough medication to push out 2 babies. It was only enough to push out 1. And then she waited days to go to the hospital. And then by the time she got there, she had to do antibiotics before they could do any kind of like life-saving care at that point. So fully her choice to go to a different state, fully her choice to take a medication without getting any kind of ultrasound, and then fully her choice to wait until to go to the hospital.
Why did she have to go to a different state?
Well, she didn't have to go to a different state.
No, she had to.
She chose to no. She chose to go to a different state.
She chose the abortion. Why did she go to?
She chose to go to a different state.
Why did she?
She chose to get an abortion. She didn't have to get an abortion. She wanted one. She wasn't like dying of being pregnant.
Why couldn't she do it in her state?
Why can't she do it in her state?
Yeah. Why couldn't she?
Why couldn't she get a lethal abortion in her state? Because she didn't need one. Because in that state, they only do abortions if you need it.
Okay. So then she went to a state that lets her do an elective abortion, correct?
She went to a state that does abortions, that doesn't care about women, because they didn't make sure that she got any kind of like testing done. They didn't make sure that she wasn't pregnant with twins. They didn't even take her weight or her height.
So
they had no idea how much like abortive pill to give her, right? And she did not follow up with her care. She did not go to the doctor when she started bleeding, when she had a fever. She waited 4 days because of rhetoric like this, probably.
So, but it wasn't because of her state abortion ban.
All right.
The reason she went septic was not because of her state abortion ban. That's correct. The reason she went septic is because the state that claims to care about women's rights did not give her an examination to make sure that they were giving her the right amount of abortive pill. Instead, they gave her some bullshit amount of pill that was not enough that killed her. Her abortion is what killed her.
Interesting.
All right.
I know it is interesting.
All right, I allowed that. Any other questions? Like I say, we don't want
Not a question. That was a whole other side.
So unapologetic. I believe you're next. You have a question?
Yeah. I was gone for a while because it was just getting too hard to watch at one point. But I know this question doesn't need to be asked, but how did the scoring go? Like, who won? Like, I already know. Kind of. It's a rhetorical question, but just for my sake.
Oh
boy!
It's
a rhetorical question. I'm just not going to.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, I already know one, but
all right. I'm not sure. Violet, do you have a question? Oh, so I think
nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I have a question.
Final question
to the both of you. Actually, would you want to do? I guess this is a serious, not really serious question. Would you want to do this debate again, but the inverse, where Genesis will be defending his proposition, and you dudes, you will be holding the negation, where you'll be asking him the questions?
Yeah. Hopefully he'll answer.
Yeah, I can. I'd be willing to do so if he reads a couple more books.
Okay. Guys,
is more exponential than yours is. Therefore,
yeah,
I don't have.
It's gonna be maybe not the same exact format. Maybe it won't be an hour cross examination, but it'll literally be the same debates. But this time, Genesis will have a proposition, and he'll be defending it. So if you guys want to set that up, by all means, let me know. If you're interested in that.
Yeah, as long as he's one answer and not dodge, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not a problem for me. We can do that.
All right. Does anybody have any other questions? Anybody else? Anyone want to come up? No.
Yeah, I'll drop down if you need somebody to come up, guys.
All right. I'll thank you for volunteering.
I'm just gonna say good job, Genesis.
Thank you.
I of course
make sure you call me.
Oh wait, Kate had a question. I think Kate, if you want to again debate Dodes, by all means, I can set it up. But I, of course, congratulate for both of you for being here, for spending your time to be here. Of course, everybody for joining.
Thanks for hosting.
No more, he says. No more. I love Mingo.
Kate, did you have another question?
Yeah, I just had one for
Dods.
Yeah, so
It's Dodes, but it's fine. It's Dodes.
Dods, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
It's an O. It's an O, but it's
yeah. Do you hold a cutoff? I'm not going to debate you on it, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
What's your cutoff?
Like 18. I'm willing to go to 20, 22, but 18.
For sure. Would you be willing to have just a general abortion debate with me?
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Because I want to go more into
getting that.
Yeah, I'll add you.
your
and
harm.
I'll
If you
add
think
you.
it can be harm.
Okay, run it back. Let's go.
You can DM me and we can set it
I
up.
want to hear it.
If you
Do it right
guys
now.
want me, if you
Right
guys
now,
want me
I'm
to
ready.
host it, if you guys want me to host
Yeah,
it,
we'll do it right now. For time.
Do it right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right now.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
You guys don't act like you have somewhere to be and you have anything better to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Run a debate.
I mean,
all right, so I'm not gonna pain myself to listening to any more of that debate. It was a good. I mean, it was a bad debate in the fact that like Genesis completely just ripped this man from head to toe. He did it philosophically. He did it with his debate. He did it with his rhetoric. There is no way that this Dodes feller had a single chance at all in this debate. And we always, people have feelings about things. And they have strong feelings about things, but then when it comes to the rubber hitting the road, people fall short when they don't know how to enter into an arena and think that they're going to go and they're going to make some big impact. I mean, the only thing that Mr. Dodes could really do in that whole entire debate was appeal to people's emotions and repeat slogans over and over and over again. He couldn't define no terms. He couldn't engage in any of the logic. He couldn't engage in the hypotheticals that were laid out. He could not do any of it. It's like watching a cage fight and going, you know what? I've been in a couple fist fights. I think that I can go join a cage fighter session and I could do really good at it. But I applaud both men for going in and exchanging their ideas and exercising and working it out and be willing to engage. There's a lot of people out in these types of spheres that there's a lot of trolls in the comments, but there's not a whole lot of people that will get up and have a discussion 1v1 regardless of what their skill set is or whatever else. So I give them both credit for being brave. I give Mr. Dodes credit for being brave, for trying to stand up what he believes in. But, I mean, we have to admit that the debate totally, undeniably went to Genesis. There's just no doubt about it. So yeah, I think that if more interested in watching debates like these, I might even start combing through TikTok myself and just restreaming TikTok and commenting on what's going on in real time. I didn't get Dode's opening statement, but to be honest, Dode's opening statement was nothing but an emotional appeal and nothing of any real logical substance. Even though, like, I'm still being kind of uncharitable because of the fact that, I didn't get it. But I plan on, if I'm get wind of having these debates that are scheduled on TikTok, then I will also start restreaming it and reacting. And then that way the debaters can actually kind of go back and replay, and they can have a point of reference for how good they've done in their debate, and it'll give something for somebody else to listen to if it proves to be entertaining or not. So keep an eye out on that. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And y'all have a blessed night. Take it easy.